Hello, hello, happy Friday. Welcome to our Friday Witchy Hangout. I hope you guys have had a lovely week. Today we are doing a lovely juicy reading on who wants to take your take your lip gloss. Who wants to steal your lip gloss? Who wants to taste your lip gloss? And thank you so much for Hansa. She suggested this topic over on Patreon a while back. It's so creative. It's such a good one. And the funny thing is that I actually had ordered a new lip gloss before we even decided this, and it like came in the mail yesterday. And somebody was asking like if we have suggestions for good lip glosses, and I don't know why I like forgot about this, but this is the CO Bigelow lip gloss. I got it in vanilla mint. This one, it's been around for a long time. They used to carry this at Bath and Body Works, and my friends and I, like, this is back in the day, we used to go to Bath and Body Works to get this lip gloss, especially during the holiday season, because they had like the cinnamon, they had their like holiday time flavors. It was like the cinnamon, the peppermint, and the spearmint, and we would get like one of each. We would get so many of them. That was like, they used to be a thing, but I was like, oh my gosh, I wonder if they still make that lip gloss, and they do. And I found it and I ordered this, and it's just as good as I remember. But so if you're looking for a suggestion, I don't know, I like this one. But if you're new here, there's a bit of a joke about the lip gloss because I had this like gnarly, nasty lip gloss. And anyways, it was like a part of the a message that came through in one of the readings, and it was really funny. And but I'm not going to retell the story. But anyways, okay, so who wants to taste your lip gloss? This is basically who has a crush on you, who wants to kiss you, who likes you, that kind of like vibe here. So I've got 3 piles as per usual. We got pile number 1, which is the one. How funny. Pile number 1.
We saw his pants.
What?
Surprise appearance by Alex. We saw his pants.
Oh, did you see his pants?
I lit the candle behind you.
Oh. All Alex is pants. He's just like, there's like no torso or face. I'm kidding.
That might be the opposite, actually.
Okay, pile number 2 is the kiss. Oh, the kiss. Pile number 3 is the sustainer. The girlies are putting me on. You saw his hair. I love how Alex is just like, he's like a Bigfoot. He's like the elusive like being. Okay, pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. I'll hold these up for you guys. You can do your thing with this. Take that deep breath. Put your hands on your heart or whatever you like to do. Drop your energy, calm your energy, turn the gaze inward. Connect with the deepest part of your being, the truest part of your own essence. Let the world slip away. All of your conditioning, your socialization, and all of that stuff. Connect with the truest part of your essence there. Breathe in that space. Open your eyes and allow your gaze to be drawn into whatever pile or piles you are called to, keeping in mind sometimes the way in which you are drawn into a pile can be a clarifying message in and of itself, especially reading for this many people. It could be that it starts off in the first pile you're drawn to and moves to another pile. It could be that it has elements of both, that kind of tailors the message to your specific situation, just however that is, because tarot is not a passive process. We're both kind of working here and using our intuition to sort of tweezer in on the specific message. I don't think I can pick just one. Maybe so many people want to taste your lip gloss, which might be a good thing. It might be a bad thing. I don't know. Okay, so you're going down the street like, ugh.
What if it's a toddler in your life that just likes to put all things in their mouth?
Oh my gosh, would that be so funny? Okay, lip gloss, rose spray, prayer wheel. Yes. All of these things have been done already once today as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into pile number 1. Numero uno, the 1. Okay, who wants to taste your lip gloss here? Let me pull some cards. Let me get some cards out here. Okay, I'm already getting a message here. Okay. Oh, man. There's more than one person here, but this is a confusing situation. Okay, hold on. Let me just see what comes out in the cards. And then, ooh, I just got like nervous, but not in the way that I'm used to. Okay, let's see. Who wants to taste pile number 1's lip gloss? Okay. This message has come through before for you, but it's been a bit fragmented because of the human psyche. That's what I'm hearing. And so we would like to take this moment to kind of clarify this message for you. This is not me. I'm channeling this. We would like to take a moment to clarify this message for you. I'm noticing the 3 X's at the top of this. There are 3 pathways, 3 passageways, but I feel like there's 3 potential people involved. Actually, babe, can you hand me a piece of paper in the, there's some markers over there? Because I think I need to draw a bit of a diagram. If you thought that tarot was just a straightforward experience and that you couldn't have like facts and figures and spreads and diagrams, thank you. You'll be wrong. So, okay, hold on. I just want to draw like what I'm kind of seeing in my mind here. Okay. Okay, craft time with Jess. Okay, how do I want to do this? Okay, so here's what I'm seeing in my mind. It's this formation. That's what I want to call it. There's a formation, and this is like on the spiritual back end of things, and it's really hard to see this. Like, or it's hard to kind of like explain what I'm seeing go on here. Okay, sorry. Some people are going to tune in right now and be like, what? All right. Sorry. I don't know why I'm apologizing. Okay. Okay, this is what I'm seeing in my mind. Okay, you guys are probably like, what the heck? So for now, just look at the blue parts of this. Oh my gosh, sorry. Just look at the blue parts of this, okay? So there's 3 dots here. The way that I'm seeing in my mind is like there's the masculine in the middle. But flip this to whatever the gendered like situation is, okay? But I'm seeing like this masculine energy. This would probably be your person in the middle. And then I'm seeing a female up here and then a female below, okay? So that's like this, what I'm getting, this third party situation. Notice they're all in a line, okay? They're in a line straight up and down. There's an element of hierarchy here. There's an element of competition. And I'm hearing the word Mars. There's an element of hierarchy. There's an element of competition. And there's an element of like status and also like the physical body that's coming through. So this, but because the lesson, okay, so how do I want to describe this? And okay, so the reason that we have to draw this diagram in a reading about lip gloss, who wants to taste your lip gloss, is because I feel like it's the one energy. The one wants to taste your lip gloss. But with this group in particular, and because of the spiritual nature and the spiritual karmas and the spiritual formation that is involved here, the one is, it has a lot of baggage. This is a term with a lot of baggage. And I'm literally channeling this now. What we mean by the one, by the term the one, shifts and changes based on your perception and based on what level of consciousness you are operating on in this spiritual formation at any given time. That's the purpose of this overall situation, is to break people out of this particular formation. And this formation can only come about, this hierarchical formation that I just explained to you can only come about in a very low vibrational consciousness, a consciousness where people are identified with the body. That's that Mars energy, because the body knows itself to be limited. The body has an ego, and the body does not know itself to be connected to all things. God, for instance, the Tao, something that is bigger than itself. So it feels like it needs to, I've just heard, the nature is red, the tooth and claw, something like that. So like it's that animalistic kind of side of things. I just heard fight or flight, but mostly fight that's coming through here. So there is a masculine, and what's different, okay. So this masculine, this is definitely third party situation energy that's going on in that karmic formation that I just described on his side of things. But from his perspective, this is known. These third party situations are known, okay? So there's a feminine energy that's beneath him. And so they're showing me the intersection point here of status and looks. and that the combination of the status and looks energy kind of pinpoints a person in terms of their value in terms of the lens of this Mars energy, right? This competition energy, this hierarchy energy, this status energy. There is a location that can kind of be pinpointed when you look at reality through that level of consciousness. And that is the formation that is here, okay? Because this masculine has options, okay? But everybody else here has options as well. So there's a feminine like beneath him in some kind of way. Like she doesn't make as much money, or she's not as attractive, or some combination here of both. So there's an aspect here of everybody in that karmic formation wanting to kind of date out of their league. I just heard hypergamy. They're trying to like reach upwards. And they're so fixated on elevating themselves in some kind of social capacity, using the Mars energy, using selfishness, using strategy. That's another thing they're wanting me to write down. Selfishness. Selfishness. I got to write that down real quick. Status, selfishness, competition, one-upmanship, elevation, all through guile, all through the guile energy. So this competition energy, though, this selfishness, because everybody on this formation, they're showing me they're split in two. Okay, so like I said, this like there's somebody here that I think this masculine kind of F's with mentally here as well. There's a lot of mind games that go on. There's a lot of hiding certain things. That's the strategy. Hiding certain aspects of one's personality, hiding certain aspects of one's life in order to position yourself favorably in the mind of another person, especially from a social capacity, playing the social game in order to elevate yourself further. But there's so much of a fixation on this person here that's above you, that everything else sort of drowns out, especially when they're in the room or when they're around or when you think they're paying you attention, or that if you've got a shot here. So that's that one energy, right? And the one here for everybody involved is going to shift. It's going to change at different periods of time. So this feminine who is loving, like thinks she loves this masculine, is obsessed with this masculine is what I'm getting. I'm hearing you're so hot. Like, I would debase myself. I kind of feel like this feminine here is already in a relationship. There's a real sense of everybody in this hierarchical formation yeeting out of relationships as soon as this person they lust after for whatever reason, because lust is more than just a schmegdual energy. It's like you're lusting after status, you're lusting after certain positions to be seen in a certain way. If that becomes available, it's like yeeting right out of ghosting. Like, so there's things like ghosting. That's a part of like the strategy. That's a part of like, and there's a real element of like placeholder-ness that's going on here. So I feel like this feminine energy that's kind of, they're showing up beneath the masculine in that hierarchical structure. She could have left a relationship to go deal with this masculine when she felt like that was a possibility, because he's stringing her along and he's giving her hope, but he has no intention of making good on that because he's trying to elevate himself. And there's actually somebody else that I think she can't see that he's got his mind on over here, but I think that person may be in another relationship as well, and that person has their eye on somebody that can do more for them or is more attractive to them in that lust energy. That's the karmic formation, right? This masculine probably thinks this feminine that either is very attractive or has some kind of status in society. There could be more than one person kind of filling these roles. This may be like an interchangeable thing because it's a karmic formation until people learn their karmic lessons here, right? So when I say the one, I feel like at different moments in time, I mean something different by the one, right? Where it's like, okay, well, this person actually wants to taste your lip gloss. They want to kiss you because they are bored, or because they want to hold on to some level of power in the situation. That's what this is about, ultimately, power. Now, where this kind of comes in is where you come in, I think, for most of you, right? This feminine energy over here. And this red side of things, for some reason I can't get this right. This Venus, it's Venus. That's the energy of Venus. It's the energy of values and having values. I just heard morals. I need to write some of this stuff down, sorry. Okay. So it's the Venus energy. So you are actually equal. You're on an equal field of this masculine. You probably recognize a lot of similar traits, like you could be in a similar position in society. You could be a similar level of attractiveness. It's copacetic. It just sort of works. This is like, I'm attracted to you, but I'm attracted to you in a holistic sense. I'm not trying to exploit you. I'm not trying to get anything out of you. I see a future where we can partner up, be true partners to each other, right? This is the actual one energy, but there's karma here at play because this masculine is entertaining these other options that are karmics, and that really it's coming from a place of low self-esteem and strategy, trying to strategize his way upwards here in life. So there's a real risk that, and I think this is part of like a karmic test here, that if he pairs up with this, the funny thing is all eyes are on this feminine energy over here, because she's higher vibrational. She's not in the karmic formation. And I did these dots on her side as well, because she likewise has people that are in this formation around her. But the difference is the morals, the morality. And I think that's the tool that is used to break out of this karmic formation here on this masculine side of things. Because this masculine doing this, he lacks self-respect. Nobody on his side of things, whether it's the feminine above, because she's going to rival this feminine too. You might not think so, but she's smaller than her in some kind of capacity. And she's jealous of her, and she wants to make sure she has control over the masculine, because I just heard it makes her feel attractive. I think she already yeeted out the door. She already cheated on him. She already threw him over to go be in a relationship with somebody else. He should have learned from that. I do think that before this masculine can come into union or even meet his divine feminine, he would have had to experience that, because he's not to do that to her as well. He needs to see what actual value is, and he needs to see this other person for who they are clearly, which is this karmic energy, somebody who lusts after somebody, not him, and that he's kind of simps out for. He needs to see all that very clearly, because as soon as he partners up with his divine feminine, the feminine who is in some kind of upper echelon that he probably thought was the one for all the wrong reasons, is going to come back, and she's just going to come back to try to rival this feminine. She's not going to stick around for long with this masculine. She just likes knowing that she can yank him around on his chain. It's like a kind of sexual dominance thing, and again, it makes her feel attractive. It's like, even if she doesn't end up breaking up the relationship, she just likes knowing that she can. He's not going to set up a boundary. He's not going to protect his divine feminine, and he's not going to protect that relationship, and he's not going to protect himself, because that's the thing is if anybody makes a pass at this feminine, makes fun of her, in this masculine agrees, he's knocking himself too. There's something here like that, because he is in the same position as her. He does have similar traits as her. There's something here going on like that, because that's his equal match, and that's that's who he is, that he's trying to escape or run from or stuff down, because it feels strategic. So he's going to get called out, and these other feminines know. They know that. They know that that they're kind of twisting the knife with this guy, and he's seen as weak. If he does kind of agree, all of this is very, very seen, and that's a part of the game, right? So, and I think this feminine energy, she's got her eye on somebody higher than her that she lusts after, but he's not as obsessed with her as she is, and not as obsessed with her as this other masculine is. And she wants him to be. So she may find it strategic to use this lower masculine. I'm getting a bar energy, she keeps him very hidden in bars, or even if they were in a relationship in the past, there's a placeholder energy. And that's where I want to talk about this over here, because there's a hierarchical aspect to this karmic formation. So moving upwards, it's lust that's confused as love, because it's not heart space energy. These people have very low heart space energy, in the sense that for some of these people, it could be on, but the heart only says one thing to these people, and it is, I want. I want. Well, that's heart space energy, but it's mixed with root chakra energy. And so the heart space hasn't fully come into capacity. It hasn't seen its fullness and its holism. So these people, if you tried to say you're just really not living from a heart space, they would say, what do you mean? I love people. I love things. But the heart only says one thing, and it's a very low vibrational level of consciousness. I want. And because I want it, I think I love it. No, you don't. You love yourself. And that's the two-faced nature to all these people. You say that you're loving these other people, but the way you're behaving, which is void of morals, means that you love yourself. And I think this feminine energy might see that here as well. You don't love me. You love yourself. Because you would not have hidden third parties from me, probably more than one in this scenario. You just couldn't have done it if you had any respect for anything, for life. I just heard for life, for anything outside of yourself. Everybody here, they might crave, and maybe that's the only version of love that they kind of know. And this is why Spirit's trying to break them out of this karmic formation. This is not the Tao. This is not the path that God would want for them to be on. Life gets so much better. And I just heard in terms of attractiveness and in terms of status, we all just have to get where we're going. So there's an obsession though with attractiveness. There's an obsession with wealth. There's an obsession of those things because they want all the options. But wisdom says, I just have to be attractive enough and skillful enough to get where I'm going. And it's actually a blessing for me not to be attracting every Tom, Dick, and Harry, because I just want to find my person. I just want to find my people. I just want to find my like little section. That's wisdom. And that's somebody with Venus that's pro-social, that is cooperative, that will meet you as a human being and not as a Mars energy, not as a pawn in their game, not as and a pawn being somebody they can use to make themselves feel more attractive. Like that's literally what I'm getting. Is that's what everybody, they're trying to play the social game. They go up in the social hierarchy, then they'll go down. And the down, so when these people are like kind of dating down or like whatever, or they're tolerating that energy and they're doing it on purpose, and these people have an idea that everybody here is in another relationship on this masculine side of things. When he's cheating with this feminine, he knows she's in a relationship and he gives zero fucks because he doesn't care about other people. There's a real lack of empathy. This higher vibrational feminine knows that this masculine is in a relationship or interested in somebody else. That's the only time she comes back around, because that's the only time it sweetens the deal for her. It's the only time it's fun. She doesn't give a fuck about him. She just wants to know she can pull people when she wants to. She's in love with herself. He's in love with himself, right? That's the level that these people meet on, right? And just likes to rival and knows potentially. And it's extra sweet. I'm smelling like an extra sweetness in the air, knowing that this is actual love over here with this divine feminine. So you're really going to throw over actual love over a little bit of sex with somebody who's just really, this masculine never had something that this feminine always wanted to gain. She was never going to settle down with him. I think that he's just nice. He could be younger than her. There's like different, I just feel like maybe it's giving boy toy. It's giving placeholder. That's the other thing that I wrote down. So when these people are fucking with people kind of that they are like, well, you'll do for now, or I find you a strategic pawn to rival against somebody that I actually want to make me look more attractive because you're attractive, but you don't have any money. So I would never settle down with you. I'll lead you on, but I would never actually settle down with you. But you're just attractive enough to make him sweat a little bit because he can go out and get 10 other people like me, but I want to stand out. So I'm trying to play a game. You see what I'm saying? Everybody uses the same tactics here, but they're trying to outgrow each other. So there's no love lost here, and everybody's just going to throw themselves and other people under the bus. But there's an offering here with the actual one energy to get out of this. So bringing this back once again to the lip gloss thing, who wants to taste your lip gloss? Well, you've got a lot of people here who potentially want to taste your lip gloss, but for very different reasons. And I'm just noticing how blurry this energy is, like the one, and it looks almost like there is a lens or there is a film or there is a blockage here in front of like this one energy. So the one for a period of time wants to taste your lip gloss, but there's going to be a final decision here. Three tens to me means final decision on a place and a person. This is all leading up to a final decision. And I do feel like this masculine and, again, flip the genders, but like in this formation, this masculine that is, and I actually think this, these feminines, it's mirrored on their side too. Like they also have a Venus person that's potentially around here as well. Like I said, I think this lower vibrational person just threw that guy over in order just to, oh, please, like, please fuck me. Like, it's gross and it's sad. And he is a terrible person for ruining these other people's lives just because he could. So he's no different than this feminine that uses him in the same way. He probably looks at her and is like, she doesn't value me. And she just uses me whenever she wants. And she ghosts me. And she da-da-da-da-da. Like, and I just can't get enough of her. Well, he's doing the same shit over here. So you don't want people doing that to you karmically? You'd like some spiritual assistance in keeping the weeds out of your garden? Stop fucking this person over. And the person that they're with. That's what you hate, right? Why is your tongue in their mouth? You say you hate it so much. Because you hate yourself. That's what this really is. You hate yourself. And so you're not like, he's not like standing up for morals. Now that's morals. And I've said this before, having morals, having integrity. And I'm not telling you which ones that you should have, but like having a code of conduct is a technology. And in this case, it is a technology that's going to keep people out of forming this horrible karma and contributing to the pain and suffering of other beings needlessly. Suffering is a part of life, but just going around and causing it and just being like, whoops, when you can just have a little bit of self-discipline and not contribute to the social fabrics, which is other people having strong relationships, by the way. And then all of us want to look around and be like, the social fabric of our society is completely decrepit. Yeah, well, what's your masculine? What's your role in that, asshole? Like, stop fucking with other people's people. Keep families together. Stop being an option for people. Like, maybe people would have to, like, focus on themselves. I'm not trying to be, like, a Puritan or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, at the very least, and I do think that's part of the divine feminine, looking at this masculine and everything he's got going on here, which she can't see at first because of the spiritual nature of this, which we'll talk about in a second, and just being like, ew. Like, she's going to get a glimpse of this and just be like, ew to you and definitely ew to you. You are not the kind of person that I thought you were. Right? But she has morals, and I feel like that's the karmic lesson for everybody involved. And honestly, it doesn't matter what, if, you know, this feminine that this masculine feels is out of his league in terms of attractiveness or wealth or both. Even she's looking to this divine feminine, because on a spiritual level, this divine feminine is the highest vibrational being of all. That's how this really actually goes. I actually think you got a bit of a spiritual teaching that's going on here. And we all are walking each other home. We all have certain things to teach each other. And I think what this feminine, the one, has to teach these people is the absolute necessity of morals. And how morals actually, Venus is well-rounded beauty. It's well-rounded. It's the partner you want to be with. Morals is a part of beauty energy. Morals is a part of value. Morals is a part of that. If you don't have that, you want to claw your way to the top. You're never going to have peace. Also, I'm hearing this makes you age horribly. Like this like formation here, it makes you age horribly because you can never trust your partner. And if you do, you're stupid. That's what I literally heard. So you have to pick your poison. Like, are you just being dumb? Like, you're being intentionally ignorant. You're blinding yourself. Self-hatred. That's what it goes back to. It's self-hatred. Because you just feel like you have nothing without this other person, that you would just throw yourself over and your respect and your dignity and your morals over to be dealing with these other people. Or to be messing like with other people, to like be strategic. No, it makes you age horribly because you're always on the lookout. You're always in fight or flight mode. Your nervous system is always keyed up. So it's just not a good place to be. There's no peace. So whatever you think you're going to gain by being with this person that you view is out of your league, okay? Because you think, oh, people are going to look at me a certain way. You think it's going to come with certain things. You're never going to get to enjoy them. Because a part of you knows that you stole somebody from somebody else through a series of guile and tactics that you're going to have to figure out how to upkeep. You're going to feel like an imposter. You're going to feel like if anybody finds out, you're going to have to sabotage these other people's relationships. Having healthy friendships and like people that you know in the community, that contributes to a well-rounded, healthy life. And they ruin this. All these people, they ruin this for themselves and for other people that just have the misfortune of getting wrapped into people that just don't give enough fucks about being a moral, decent person. So this is why the Aries-Libra axis, that's what this is teaching. The Aries-Libra axis. You want to have healthy relationships with other people. You have to come up through self. You have to know how to deal with yourself. You have to have self-discipline. That's what's coming out over here with the morals. This feminine navigates via self-discipline. And they're saying morals, it is a reflection of this feminine's self-respect, because she likewise has the same opportunities that this masculine does. I don't think he sees that. Spirit just turned on a little light bulb for me and went, uh-oh. She got somebody similar out of her league that she thinks, right? Status, looks-wise, she could fuck him. But she wouldn't. Because she knows it's just going to make her feel bad. Or maybe even if she did, but she cut it off. And this has come through in the messages before, that this feminine did something that this masculine couldn't do. That's what it is. Respecting herself. Navigating appropriately. I'm seeing somebody in a fishing boat and you navigate from the back of the boat and stirring the boat like from the root. That's what she's doing. She's navigating appropriately. She's navigating using her values. And I've been in therapy for a while, and my therapist, every once in a while, we always go back to values. Because if you're like just a healthy person, like your life is fairly stable and you find yourself unhappy, she always reminds me, you got to look at your values. And sometimes our values do shift and change a little bit. So it's like, are you living a life that's in accordance to those values? And like, I don't know, for me, it's like adventure is always a value that surprises me. It always comes out. And usually when I'm not happy, it's like, I'm not feeling very adventurous, or I haven't been taking risks, or, you know, like I haven't had an adventure in a while. And that makes me feel like unhappy because I'm not living up to that value. And it's like kind of checking that. So this masculine, I think, is not living up to his values. I think both of these feminines in this situation, if they have values, like, because there is a possibility, especially one of these feminines literally may not, like there could be something wrong, but like I think the other one definitely does have values. It's like these people are not, either they haven't taken the time, because this is spiritual immaturity. I know that I need to grow in maturity. That's what I'm hearing. So for some, they haven't even sat down with themselves or had somebody assist them in this. And again, this divine feminine is kind of an image of this and teaching this. They haven't sat down with themselves and asked themselves like, well, what do I value? Okay, well, I say I value having strong community around me, but what actually goes into having strong communities? Oh, it's investing in the relationships that I see flourishing around me. Not when it's convenient, not when I think that I can't get something out of somebody. It's investing in the people around me because it gives me joy to spread love and to be cooperative. And I don't have to get my self-worth out of partnering with the most attractive or the wealthiest person. My needs are going to be just met. I need to find my person. I need to find where I go. And that's where I'm going to live the happiest, most fulfilling life. And I just heard this is poking through the lens of the body. Mars is the body on the spiritual journey. So if there's been, if you have discovered schmegsual activity here, third-party situations, if at any point you felt insecure by like anybody that was going on, and I just heard, again, fuck this guy, because he knew exactly what he was doing and he did it on purpose. This guy may have wanted you to know that, oh, well, I can pull this, and also this person will do whatever I ask, because he thinks that makes him cool. He thinks that makes him strong. And he thinks that's strategically beneficial for him to his soulmate. So he's stupid. But anyways, and we don't fuck with that, right? But and he needs to get himself right. And this is what I'm saying. He's not coming up through his Aries energy. He's not in a place to be in a relationship. So just know, if you see him in a third-party situation, that's a fucked up relationship, because he's not healthy within himself. And that's the only reason he could be involved with either of these karmics. So the very fact that his presence is anywhere near, or his tongue is in their mouth, is indicative of the fact that this is an unhealed masculine. The very presence that he's around them, because he doesn't like them, like on a personal level. I mean, anymore, like, you can get along with most people, but there's not like an actual connection there. It's just coming from self-hatred and competition. But like I was saying, on a spiritual level, this is poking through the body, right? So there's a difference. We talked about this before. Spiritual bypassing, which that's self-delusion. That's using spirituality to condone terrible behaviors, to get around morals. Imagine spirituality without morals. And imagine a monk. They're known for their discipline. That's what it is. I am in control of my space. I've mastered my human vessel. That's what that is, right? It's an immense amount of discipline. It's just so integrated that it looks natural. It looks like that monk has never had a craving in his life. Pfft. Yeah, he has. Or that would be useless, right? But I'm saying it's transcending the body. The body. I just heard transcending the body. That's what we're trying to get you to understand, because this feminine is a match for this masculine. Maybe she's not the richest person he has access to. Maybe she's not the most attractive person. He's not either for her, right? And so you have to know the value that you bring to the table is more than just your body. It's more than just you being a strategic stepping stone for somebody else. And if somebody would use you as a strategic stepping stone, that person is a karmic and they ain't shit. And that's a person that needs to heal. Right? It's not that they don't have inherent value. They're just choosing to live like a valueless existence. They're choosing not to see value in themselves. They're choosing not to hold themselves up and therefore build value and infuse value into the relationships and community around them. These are the people that are going to be surprised that nobody likes them in the end and that nothing ends up growing around them in the end. And they'll probably look at people like me who they're like, wow, she's really like telling people the truth. She's not like fluff, but people still like her. Well, some people do, some people don't, but people will still kind of vibe with me because I'm talking the truth, and I am not afraid to at least like be myself, put myself out there. These people who like operate on strategy, like, oh, well, you shouldn't do that, and that's how you're going to get people to like you. It's transcending that strategic mind. It's transcending the body in order to find the actual truth behind it, not bypassing it, because these people are going to think this is my divine feminine or this is my divine masculine. And what they really mean is I'm so horny for this person and I just really have no ability to challenge that within myself. And I'm so cut off from the heart space that I don't recognize the difference between the two. That's what they're actually saying. And so they're using spirituality in order to justify, in order to sabotage themselves and any real relationships that bring actual value and cooperation into the space. That's what's going on here. That's spiritual bypassing in terms of this formation, but there's spiritual transcendence. And I think that's a part of that's what's making this divine feminine energy so attractive. I'm hearing there's just something about you. There's just something about you. And it's that whole perspective. I just feel good whenever I'm around you. It feels right whenever I'm around you. We just get each other. There's certain things I don't have to explain. Not everything, but it's just a natural fit. That's heart energy. That's God energy. That's the river of the Tao pulling you along instead of the dam of the ego damming you, blocking you. Sometimes I like to piece together the lyric or the linguistic kind of quality, right? Damn you to hell, damming up the river of the Tao, damming up the heart river, and it leads to total damnation. And it's following lust, or it's tolerating a placeholder. And that's like really what it is. And I think that a part of these people's spiritual journey is coming to terms with the fact that no, I was a placeholder for somebody, and I allowed myself to be that. I allowed myself to be used, and I gave myself over completely to that person because I thought the fact that they were hanging around me meant that they loved me. But really, they just like having control over me. They just like knowing they could come in and out of my life, that they could treat me any kind of way, and that they could fuck up my relationships with other people. And I realized that it's actually a self-love kind of thing that was missing. That's going to be a tower moment of realization, but it's going to be a healing tower moment. And it's very necessary. And that's what the whole purpose of this formation is. Because the ultimate one is God. And maybe God wants to taste your lip gloss. I don't know. But yeah, like that's the ultimate one here. So this is trying to break free and break through to a certain karmic formation in order to actually get somebody like with the one that does want to taste their lip gloss, right? But if you disrespect the one, if you have no morals, and if you treat them poorly, then that door is going to close. And that's the other thing that I was getting like with this masculine, because God energy is so interesting. It's, to me, God energy loves all of us the same, but loves each one of us uniquely as an individual and so deeply. And it's only divine energy that even has the capacity to be able to see in that level and to be able to do that, because God creates every single one of us, and sees the good in every single one of us, and is able to kind of hold that at the same time. And that's why I feel like there is a time period for this masculine to sort his shit. He's going to meet this divine feminine, and I think he would only meet this divine feminine after this person that he thinks is out of his league yeets out the back door, throws him over for somebody else, because she's going to try and come back into his life just to make sure that she's still got power over him. She would get a high off of destroying his relationship. It's giving Regina George, like, doesn't his hair look sexy pushed back? It's like very giving that, but she is not going to commit to this masculine. If they do like date again, it's just until, again, he's a placeholder for her. That's all he'll ever be, because he just does not have on the physical what she wants for herself. And he's not even the Venus partner for her. There is potentially one that's going through the same experience with her, that isn't just completely taken by her and whatever it is that she's got going on, right? There's that person. He's not it either. I don't think he can see that about himself, because everybody here they need to kind of break free of this. But I'm seeing a garage door go down in front of this masculine where he's got time. There's a divinely sanctioned time period for him to sort his shit out behind the scenes, like with these people, and to say, you know what, it feels different with this divine feminine, and I need to treat her right, and I need to have morals, and I need to have self-respect, and I know exactly what it feels like when somebody yeets out the back door the moment that somebody becomes available, and like making somebody a placeholder. And I think this masculine also, if he's not in a moral energy, if he's really struggling with this karmic lesson, I think it's going to confuse him, because I think he may activate this karmic chain in order to throw it at this feminine in her face. He's going to be very surprised that she doesn't behave in the way that every single one of them, including him, acts whenever those tactics are used. He's going to be very surprised because he wants to suck her into this hierarchy, and she's on his level. So I think he wants to be with her. So sometimes she's up here with this feminine that's out of his league. But also, when this other feminine is in the picture with all whatever he thinks he can gain from her, because it's just lust. And I really think he's too stupid to like actually be able, he's stupid in the heart space. This is a lack of intellect around the heart space. And I am being kind of mean to him because I feel like he was mean to you, and I just don't like that. And I don't like this. I don't like this. It's very inhumane, and I just don't like it. And it's treating people like objects and pawns, and I just don't like it. I don't like it. So it does come out of me, the vitriol, because I have kind of learned in my life, it's okay to spit like, where you should be spitting at, just to make sure that these people hear the right message from a truth teller. It's sometimes it's a very important part of the process. But anyways, he's gonna think about maybe rivaling these two and stuff. So if he goes into games, I think he's gonna be very surprised at this divine feminine and her morals and her self-respect to say, I don't get treated like this. Why would you treat me like this? Do you want yourself to be treated like this? Do you want your daughter to be treated like this? Do you want so why are you indulging a societal norm that needs to be ended? And I'm hearing Michael Jackson, I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. That's really it. And no message could have been any clearer. So, there's a message that came through. This was a spiritual message. However, the ego concerns itself with outcomes is what I'm hearing. And yes, there's more ideal outcomes, like not being cheated on, not being made to feel like shit, not having somebody try to rival your body against someone else's, or your status and your money against somebody else's. Nobody likes to feel that way. And this masculine's going to have to feel that way. And what he needs to do is the buck needs to stop with him, right? And to say, this is not a behavior I will be participating in. Or advocating for in any capacity. But this was a message. However, it's you need to have morals. That's how you're going to navigate the situation clearly. That is God. I'm hearing the end and the means are one. So the means by which you get a person and keep a person is telling you a lot about what's going to come forth from that. And it's telling you that these people are not the one. You might be enamored. You might be very lustful. Who has not felt enamored and lustful after somebody that they felt like was a little out of their league, but honestly, you thought you could pull that person. And, maybe you wanted to, but you kind of knew what it was. If you don't want to get yourself hurt, or hurt anybody else, that's another thing as well too, because that's the part of the morality. So it's respect for self and respect for others leads to a moral existence. And I think these people, as they're starting to wake up, because again, every single one of these people, regardless of what they have going for them on the physical, they're all looking at this divine feminine. They're all looking at her. And this is reminding me of another message that came out where I was like, you know what this isn't? It's not number 2 energy. She's in a league all her own, this feminine. This masculine is being given an opportunity to exit the dream. And I think all these people are. Like, they're being paired up with this other line here, this other Venus line, to form relationships from a different level of consciousness. One that is not Martian, one that is not, Mars is the soldier, it rules over war. One, it's like, I just heard all is fair in love and war. And the Venus line is like, no. I know what's fair, and I will stick by what's fair. So I think all of these people want to taste your lip gloss, but at different points in time. And it's all this kind of precarious dance that has to do with how everybody's conducting themselves in the situation. And so I think for this group too, it's about who wants to taste your lip gloss as much as who doesn't want to taste your lip gloss at any given time. Because if this feminine has somebody else on the hook, she doesn't want to taste this masculine's lip gloss. It's only when it suits her. And when he's got somebody else, he doesn't want to taste this lower vibrational feminine's lip gloss. Well, anybody could be lower vibrational, or like he deems her to be lower in status. He's sneaking around with her. He doesn't want to be in pictures with her. She's the dirty little secret. And he is for this feminine as well. If she's got somebody else, she will hide him. He will be in bars. I'm seeing like, I don't want to be seen with you. And he has treated other people like that. And now he needs to know what it feels like when the shoe is on the other foot, that somebody's embarrassed to be seen. And they very well could have been in a relationship, but it's just a placeholder relationship for her until somebody better comes along. She would just be saying, oh, you're my girlfriend or you're my boyfriend, because then he doesn't get suspicious and she can milk him. That's what it is. Use him. Exploit him. Same way he does to other people. So this is a lesson. So this, I want to bring this back to the beginning. This message has tried to come through before, but it gets fragmented. And you can see, I'm also being told, have a little compassion for tarot readers, because this is the energy that we try to tap into. This is why I can't read the cards on my own. You have to be very aware of yourself in this situation. You have to be devoted and dedicated to not deceiving yourself, to loving yourself, respecting yourself, and making sure that you're being respected in every situation. If you're firm in that stance, then you're going to be able to look out and see very clearly what somebody does, the truth of their actions, and what their actions reveal, and what they say. Because, a lot of people who really don't, it's in vogue to have values, right? But that's why I'm from the show me state. My dad would always talk to me about that. Do you understand that when somebody says something, it's different than when they actually do it? And if these two are ever in conflict, what do you look for? You look for what they do, because that reveals the truth of them. So if you're dealing with a masculine that has other people involved in your relationship, he doesn't respect himself, first of all, because you don't get involved with that if you have self-respect. And if you're trying to be the best person that you can be, above all else, do no harm. There's some people that really don't care if they do harm. They do if it's convenient, but that's not the same thing. That's not the same thing. So some of these people are really lying to themselves. They're in this strong self-deception. And they just cannot face what they've done or who they are. And some of these people sabotage healthy relationships. They just look for faults in the relationship with a person that's actually showing up for them that wants to taste their lip gloss because they want so badly to be justified in what they did or going after this other person. That all needs to come crumbling down. And I'm literally seeing tower. They're wanting you to kind of piece this together for some of you. And like I said, I think for a lot of you, you're this divine feminine energy. And this masculine just really, he had the opportunity to leave, to exit the dream is what I'm hearing, to exit the delusion, the fantasy that he spins and that is spinned upon him. It's like a domino thing in it's a domino event over here. He had the ability to exit. So if he did exit, you're going to know because he's going to be your partner. And the other thing is, if this door closes with this masculine, because this is a soulmate energy that I was describing, that is, but there's another person that's going to want to taste your lip gloss. That is, again, it's this soulmate energy. And they probably have been through a similar formation. They were another person in like the Venus conga line or whatever for somebody else who maybe, again, somebody yeeted out the back door for them. And then the two of you actually are learning your lessons and you are able to have that soulmate love between the two of you. And that's the person who wants to taste your lip gloss. And I feel like that person, it's going to be very healing for the both of you because I think that relationship would then have to teach you that you were never the problem. If you were in that healthy energy, what it's going to show you is that you were never the problem. It was never that you weren't pretty enough. It was never that you weren't talented enough. It was never that you didn't have enough money. The problem was that person was messed up and they took it out on you. That person was unhealed and they took it out on you. And they were dealing with other unhealed people and they couldn't get enough of unhealing all over each other, these people. And it's another karmic cycle. And they're showing me a Tasmanian devil. So like what was that straight line? Because it's hierarchical and it's status. And now it's, they just showed like you kind of leaving it and now it's a closed end circle. So these people, maybe this is just, it's honestly giving the narcissistic relationship cycle, the toxic relationship cycle of the idealization, devalue, discard, and then the Hoover attempt. That's what's going on, but for every person here. And like the Hoover attempt is sometimes like somebody hoovers the person who's seen as like lower status in terms of, but it's because they got dumped by their other person and then they're trying to crutch out like their heart space. You know what all these people have in common is they absolutely refuse to do hermit mode. They refuse to be alone. It wouldn't surprise me at all if these people talk a big game about being alone. Maybe that's even what they use to yeet out of like healthy relationship. Well, I just need to be alone right now. They're not alone. These are people that they're not productive in their aloneness anyways. Look at a sage spending time alone and then look at this person spending time alone. It's very different energy. The quality of their aloneness is very different. So I think, and Spirit is showing me that they're funneling these people into aloneness. I really think that like this masculine, and again, these people, this journey is mirrored for everybody involved here. But if the path isn't forward with you, I really think the other path is aloneness. I really think that's what it is. Because it's like, listen, this is the easy way. And you can have like help and you can have a healthy relationship. But you need to be the protector of that relationship. You need to be the protector of yourself first and foremost. You need to have self-respect and you need to have morals. And you need to be able to uphold your morals in the world. At the very least. That's kind of the name of the game here. Just can you uphold your morals in the world? And in the face of temptation, in the face of, and understand when somebody pokes at your morals or when somebody's poking at your boundaries or they're asking you to debase yourself in some way, that's not divine energy. It's not. That's the other guy. It's just the other guy. So, and being really honest with yourself about that. So that's what this is all about. And I know that's kind of the name of the game, what we do around here, is we take very mundane energies and we dip into the undercurrent of what's actually going on here. But I feel like you're starting to piece this together. Again, like with this, it's not about competition. Some of you might have felt like, again, this is 5 of Wands, and 5 of Wands is Saturn and Leo. So I think when it doesn't work out with the lustful person, everybody's like, oh, like my twin flame, and there's such a restriction on my success and my victory and being seen in a certain way. No, you're missing the point. You have to consider that maybe your ego's wrong. That maybe the frame that your ego has given you to view the situation through is wrong. And maybe you need to dismantle things that you've kind of stitched together. I'm seeing the human centipede again. A lot of this like domino. Oh, everybody's just going in somebody else's mouth. Like, I'm sorry, that was like very graphic, but that's literally what I'm getting. It's like, stop, like, wake up, stop doing that. What's attractive about that? And it's because when you're looking at this lustful energy, what you're not seeing is yourself and how far you've kind of falling for somebody else, falling for somebody else. That's what I'm getting. This is an energy of, it's the lower snake, that Kundalini energy that can be the higher snake through discipline, that pushes it up through the higher chakras. But the lower snake uses spirituality and the energy falls. And it's because you're looking so much at what you lust after that you're not seeing yourself. Because if you saw yourself, you would realize that, oh, they look down on me and they're using me. They're kind of knocking me around. And I don't stand for that. And they might not love me, but I'm going to love me. And I'm going to vibrate towards a person that's going to love me. And they're going to see the holism of me. And I feel like then those two go on the path together. And then they're going to outshine what was on offer over here because it's coming from the right places. Yeah, and there's a lot of like getting stuck in like thought processes. There's a lot of trying to get hooks in each other here on a physical level. Babies and contracts and money and, trying to capture people, and it doesn't feel good. And it's inserting yourself in other people's stories as well that God wouldn't have you in for a good reason, because God is all-knowing and God loves you. And sometimes, just like a child, when you have to tell a child, no, you're not going to have, a piece of candy right now, we're going to eat dinner. Just like that, God has to tell you, no, that's not for you. I've got something for you over here, and it's going to feel better on all levels. And it's just best you don't get involved. It's just best you don't get involved. You're going to hurt yourself. So that's who wants to taste your lip gloss for pile number 1. But I feel like this pile, you would have somebody in mind here. And I don't know where you're at on the journey, because for some of you, it's going to be the person you lust after. But for others of you, you're going to have woken up out of the dream and you're not going to be enamored with that person anymore. You may even get the ick and kind of be disgusted by that person, or like you felt like you lost yourself for a while. Like going after that person, and it makes no sense to you. That's the kind of thing where it's like, once you exit the dream, and I am hearing like that narc fantasy, that you were maybe encouraged to indulge in, and you were encouraged, and that is mean. That's the other thing. It's like people think that, oh, well, we're just fantasizing and we're thinking about all the pleasant things. No, it's mean, because somebody here is either incapable or just unwilling to invest like in that dream. They're just selling you the dream to kind of milk you, and until they want to exploit you until they're done, and then they'll throw you over. Yeah. There's really somebody here who likes to brag about how whipped they got this other person. It's like, yeah, I'm in a full-blown relationship. This guy's still, I call, he jumps. Like, and they really think that's funny. Because I think there's one person, like a guy that's very attractive, but he just doesn't have a lot to offer on the material. But she still likes people to know that like a guy like that maybe other people would be interested in for the right reasons. Well, he's just so obsessed with her. And yeah, it's really gross. Anyways, yeah. And this is all leading you back to God, because that's the ultimate goal, is not who's tasting your lip gloss or not. But there is a person here where tasting their lip gloss does bring you closer to God, because it brings you more in alignment with loving yourself and everything like that. So that was a lot. That was a lot. And also with the snake, again, the higher snake and the lower snake, and it's shedding a skin. And I feel like a skin needs to be shed here, especially by this masculine. And he's got a certain amount of time to do it. And then the feminine is going to see, if he doesn't, I think the universe is like, listen, you play ball, you leave this behind, then live happily ever after. Like, nobody's going to be fucking up your shit, because nobody can. Okay? But if you don't, then I feel like the garage door that I was seeing is going to lift. And I think it's very kind and considerate to this feminine energy, but she's going to see something or know something in just the way that she needs to realize the truth of what's gone on here and the truth of who he is. And she'll be probably disappointed, but also she's going to do what he can't do, which is to move away from him and to temper herself out after a painful ending. Yes, I get the ick. I lost myself. I woke up a while ago. Yeah. So then you might be asking about like this other soulmate energy, right? Okay. And I can't stress this enough. This pattern, this formation is like a repeated pattern in a formation, because I'm almost seeing like, mitosis, or is it meiosis? I think it's mitosis. And you have like the two sides. I don't know what they're called. The two sides, and then they split, and then they they weave together. It's like that's what's happening, because you've got that hierarchical energy, and then you've got this Venus line that's coming over and going, all right, you want to vibe? And if not, then it's going to break off here and go somewhere else. If that makes sense. So, okay. So awful to think of it physically and spiritually. Yeah. And, hold on. Okay, so somebody here that I'm going to ask Alex to block because it's not at the level of vibration that you can have your own opinions, that's fine. But it's just the level of respect that we all have for each other when we are talking about things. So who talking about me? She's talking about me. She's being very critical, or he. She never talks about healthy relationships. It's always karmics and third parties. Are you all in third parties and been in them for years? Because that's all she talks about, living up to her chaos name. So they're trying to take a shot at me. First of all, like people are in like a journey and they're processing certain things, and we're doing shadow work here. And I feel like that's kind of what's going on here. Also, people come in and out as they need to. And also, you sound like you've been following me for a while. So why are you here? And it feels very nefarious. And I just feel like you're triggered in some way. And I would just invite you to go into whatever that trigger is. Like, it's the same thing. Like, instead of focusing your energy on us and what's wrong with all of us, that we're like processing through some hard shit. That's what's going on. A lot of this stuff is old energy that people now have the foresight, or an experience has wrapped up, and they can see kind of like the beginning, middle, and end of certain things, and they're kind of piecing things together. And there's also literally Thais Gibson. She's a wonderful psychotherapist. She talks about attachment styles. She just posted a video not too long ago about the repeated relationship pattern and why that happens. And it happens because of our attachment styles, which has to do with the relationship dynamics that we saw when we were kids. So honestly, you could be processing 3-4 different relationships that all kind of followed a similar pattern, that all worked out in the same way. And people do get curious about why that's happening, which is a beautiful spiritual process. And it points people in that hermit energy looking inward. And I think, so for some of you, if that's resonating with you, you probably had other relationships that went this similar way, or had similar themes or similar dynamics. And I think you're being invited to like look into that as well. Even if it's just one relationship, maybe this is like your most recent relationship, or a relationship that really made a mark on you in some way, some kind of like psychological way. But you might have noticed that it's the same patterns that are kind of playing out over and over again. And it's because we're taught how to meet our needs in certain ways that might have served us when we were kids, when we didn't have any power in our relationships, but now they're actually holding us back. And that is a part of the spiritual journey. This is like, this pile number 1 is all a part of like the overall spiritual journey, because I do feel like it's the part of the human spiritual experience is when we're kids, we actually have to build up an ego. You need an ego. So you have to have a self-identity, and you have to have like values or guiding lights, ways that you form connections with people in order to help you make those decisions, because otherwise it's going to be like too overwhelming. So you build that ego and you kind of think, well, this is who I am, and this is like, if you are really good friends with somebody, you know how you can kind of know what your friend's going to choose, like maybe even before they do. You're like, oh well, this person would like this or that. It's because that ego identity is pretty solid. But the spiritual part of that is then transcending that identity and actually knowing something beyond it. And it's becoming very conscious of what was unconscious. So that's a big part of the spiritual experience. And I don't like, you by all means get curious. I think it's good to get curious. Like, wow, we're always kind of processing through this heavy stuff. Well, we are, and maybe we won't always be. But I don't like to be criticized about the human experience, because it is what it is. And if, when you think about it, I mean, we've got like 35,000 people that are here in this community right now. And when you think about how many people on the planet, it's a very small number. That's a very small group. And energetically and vibrationally speaking, we've all been through similar experiences, and we're all at a similar point in our spiritual journey where we're starting to ask similar questions. And I just don't understand why you can't allow people to go through that. And instead, I would say that you're not focusing on you, because again, your comment says that you've been here for a while. You've noticed certain patterns, but instead of getting curious about yourself, like, why am I here? I'm getting triggered by other people, and maybe they're exactly where they need to be in their own spiritual process. And maybe it's taking them a while to kind of get through these things, because honestly, the mind, it's hard to see your own mind, because your mind is what's doing the seeing. It's hard. It takes some time. And the least you can do is be compassionate and be gentle when it comes to that. But instead, you're choosing to be judgmental and you're choosing to put the focus on somebody outside of yourself. And I would say at least what we're doing here is we're trying to use relationships to focus on ourselves and to do that inner work. And that's not what you're doing. So if you're triggered by us, I would say on a deeper level, that's probably why, is because you're not using this message in the same way we are. So you are probably bored quickly. You probably don't understand the purpose of it, but we do because we're actually using this to do something. That's a part of our spiritual journey. And everything in life can be a part of your spiritual journey, but this is ours. And so you're not a friend to God and you're not a friend to spirituality if you're trying to interject yourself into somebody else's processing. And I would just ask you to instead shed a little light on your own self. Okay. And I don't like I don't view this almost as defending because I do think that there are people who are kind of lost in the sauce. They really don't understand the spiritual journey. But then I also wonder, why are you, I don't know, like why are you using tarot? It just goes to show that certain things are a tool. Tarot is a tool. Spirituality is a tool, but you bring yourself to it. You bring different levels of consciousness to it. And literally, I think for people like that, I think they do kind of need it explained. It's unfortunate that they can't ask a question in the way that it needs to be asked in order to be respectful of everybody involved. But I actually think people like that do need this explained because it's not natural to them. And they snap to certain judgments because that's what's comfortable for them. It's more comfortable for them to judge us. And I imagine people like that feel triggered because they're kind of the karmic energy that I'm calling out. And maybe they don't want to look at that and they don't want to even start the process. So they go to this place of like, I'm bored. Are we there yet? And it's like, you didn't even start. That's a specific message for you. You didn't even start. And you're the one going, are we there yet? Are we there yet? You didn't even start. And honestly, you might not be ready to start and that's okay. But there's other people those who say it cannot be done should not interrupt those doing it. All right. So her judgment, I mean, yeah. Oh, thanks. And I hope that you guys, and I used to worry about this. First of all, this is a live experience. And like a lot of people who, like my internalized voice, it's like, oh, move on. Like, don't let those people get you down. But all of this, I pray beforehand that everything that unfolds during these lives is for the highest vibrational good of all beings. And this is a part of life that we kind of deal with, you know? And I used to think like, well, I don't want to derail the readings in order to address people like that. But honestly, you know how they say, like, if you have a question in class, like there's other people probably thinking similar things. It's just unfortunate that it's like the lowest vibrational energy, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. And usually the squeaky wheels are like, you know, they're the outliers a lot of times. You know, it's the people that are kind of running ahead of the pack or getting it, or the people that are really straggling behind, but they've got to make their voice kind of like known in a way. And that is unfortunate. But I do feel like I'm kind of taking the perspective that it's not derailing the message. This is a part of the message in some way. It's a part of kind of sorting through. And like I said, I feel like that person's probably in that karmic alignment of not wanting to take on the spiritual journey, but thinking they're superior and thinking that they're better. But their version of being better is trying to control everybody else, you know? And I used to be a part of that because like my own mind would be like, well, I don't want to get like sucked into that message. But now I'm kind of comfortable allowing spirit to have us like meander through the message. But I just don't want people that are here doing their work. You feel called to this place. You're finally ready because honestly, a lot of us make ourselves busy. So this is why old situations can come up too. Because a lot of times like you'll make yourself busy to distract yourself while a wound is still fresh. So if you finally worked your way up to being able to process through something, don't let some jerk on the internet that you don't know make you feel a type of way about yourself and your journey and make you feel less than. Okay, just don't do it. And that's why I want to interject and just to put out there, like, they don't have any right. They're not even doing their work. That's in that little sentence. It's very obvious that is a person that they're looking at all of us, but they don't even come up through their self. Because if they did, they wouldn't have said what they said and they wouldn't have said it the way they said it. That's the kind of person that doesn't understand how much information they're giving out about their mindset at any given time. So just don't let it throw you. And make sure that you make space, self-compassion, and that you make the space for yourself to process in the way that you need to. And that you won't let somebody try to make fun of you and then make you feel self-conscious and then therefore, again, dam up that heart space from the Tao. Because there's a lot of people here who are safe people. Okay? All right. And it's honestly, there's so many places on the internet. Go somewhere else. The fact that you can't do that basic step, really, you're not a person somebody should be taking advice from. All right, moving on. And I know it's not like, that's not an easy thing for people to like, it's not a pleasant message to have to give, but some people do need it. And I feel very strongly that we have to kind of protect our own space, you know? And I think some of you, you're being encouraged to have that inner voice of everything that I just said of like, wait a second, nobody invited you in here. And, you know, you're being very not helpful. You know, just you're allowed to have that voice that just protects you on the inside. You're allowed your own experience and your own journey. That person's trying to control your journey. Like, it's just not, it's not high vibrational. It's not where it's at. All right. And we can have compassion for them, but they also need to go sit somewhere else. All right. Yeah. Rose spray. Okay. I just want to say I've done a lot of growth because I'm not really even bothered by that. Like I'm saying things in a very matter-of-fact way, but it used to be that comments like that would really bother me. And I just think like now it's just a part of it because also that person's voice is a voice inside my own head sometimes too, you know? And it's like I'm just like more and more comfortable with the entirety of the human experience. I think that's good.
Sacred pure heart. You can't sit with us.
You can't sit with us. We wear pink on Wednesdays.
You're wearing sweatpants.
You're wearing sweatpants. Okay, I refreshed my lip gloss. Compassion Rose Spray lip gloss. Compassion Rose Spray lip gloss. Okay. Yeah, you've grown so much. Thank you. I really feel like I have as well. Like that's how I know this is part of my process because I really am like having to confront my own shit every time I do this too. All right, pile number 2. I'm hearing a song in my head immediately, tapping into pile number 2. I watch this girl, BJ Investigates. A lot of you probably watch her too. She's got a big channel. I love her. Like, I'm her biggest fan. BJ Investigates. She gonna find the truth. She gonna crack the case. Yeah. I'm really getting that. I wonder if that's like a part of this like pile number 2 energy. But BJ Investigates, to me, and I posted about this over on Patreon, but she's like the ultimate high priestess energy to me. She is smart. And she, like, in a left brain capacity, she's very intuitive. She's always talking about getting downloads from a mothership. And she is just very smart and investigative and brave. And a BJ, like, from the high priestess energy. Yeah. So maybe that's who this person is. Oh, okay. Because I am getting this, like, moon energy. There's, like, a hidden connection here. There's, like, in the moon space. Feeling energy. Look, hidden truth. I picked up that. Okay, hidden truth. I will wait for a sign from you. Okay, what is that? Okay, what is going? I was like, I'll wait for a sign for you. And then I saw on my hand like a little pin mark from when I was grabbing the markers, I guess. Which is like a sign. Maybe this is somebody who's trying to reach out to you in the ethers. So many things remind me of you. The past. Okay, and it also is this kiss energy, but I'm kind of wondering if you've never kissed this person because I'm just noticing like the hand holding. Maybe this was like just the beginning of a relationship, just like maybe you only held hands with this person. Oh my gosh. This person is trying to reach out to you through the ethers. And you know what? I've been picking up on this energy. Sometimes this energy will harass me, like in the morning during my day. And it will like try to tell you so many things about how much they love you. Because I just keep reaching to all these messages cards. So this person has a crush on you. It's hidden, it's secret. Which a lot of times when you have a crush on somebody, it's hidden and it's secret. There's a lot of static. I'm so in love with you. You are so perfect to me. No other compares to you. Okay, so this person is like in love with you. This person is like, I just heard the word enamored. I just heard amour. That was my version of French. In case, for those of you who are actually French, I'm so sorry I butchered your language. I'm secretly obsessed with you. Somebody who is secretly obsessed. Okay, I kind of feel like you feel this energy, like on the 5D. I feel like this person is always just around you in the 5D. I'm trying to be someone you can trust. Maybe there's a trust issue here. I'm not the same person. This person is right here. this person is right here and they just have so much that they want to say. BJ investigates, she gonna find the truth, she gonna crack the case, yeah. Okay, so I feel like this person knows you're into tarot, and they're doing this to your readers, but they're doing this to you as well. They're like, you're gonna crack the case, you're gonna catch on, you're gonna know that, like, I'm trying to, like, get through to you, I'm trying to love you, I'm trying to smash. I just heard I'm secretly obsessed with you. I never expected to fall in love with you so quickly. So, yeah, I think you feel you're better off separated from this person. And you know what? You might be better off separated. I'm not trying to tell you either way. We're just trying to pick up on who wants to taste your lip gloss. This is definitely a hidden energy. There could have been some cheating. This person could have cheated on you in the past because there could have been a hidden kiss or a hidden something here. Maybe they're out tasting somebody else's lip gloss. I struggle with revealing my true feelings and emotions, but I love you more than you think. Okay, I don't know why, but I'm called to say, like, hold on. I think this person has an issue with communication. This person that wants, and the fact that you are intuitive and that you're into tarot and stuff, like, that's not bypassing the fact that I think this person needs to actually communicate to you very directly who they are, I just heard, and how they feel about you, and learn how to communicate their feelings. I feel like that's a major part of this person's karmic lessons, because I'm seeing the heart chakra. I'm seeing this person like they're trying to open their mouth and they're pointing to their heart chakra, and it's like they don't know how to communicate lovey things. This person could just feel really vulnerable, or they could just feel really, I just heard, ew, like icky, like, you know, just like trying to communicate that. And I think about you so much, it's scaring me. Please forgive me, I know I messed up. This is definitely a person that feels like they messed up. And not for all of you is this a cheating thing. Sorry. I'm feeling like weird sensations in my body. For some, it's like an issue with communicating the heart space. Like maybe this person just let you slip by, you know, their life, and they just didn't say anything. They didn't grab you, you know. I wasn't planning on having anything serious when we met, but I can't deny I'm falling for you. Again, I'm trying to be someone you trust, keeps coming out in the bottom deck energy. And I think this is a hidden energy here as well. This person's trying to, like they're trying to be somebody that you can trust. But I just heard this song. It's like, there's a photo of you and me. So in this person's heart space is a photo of, but look at all this obscuration energy. This is almost like the moon card. That's coming up, because look, we've got the static and then we've got the sun that's being obscured. This person could be going through a dark night of the soul here. But also something could have obscured this person's sun energy. This person has a real issue. Like this person, okay, sun energy, like Leo energy, to me, it's very high vibrational communication energy, because it's communicating with action. It's like very integrated in. So I think this is a person who separates out. They try to control the way that they're acting because they don't want you to know that they like them, or that they like them. Freudian slip. Just being near you is intoxicating. I don't know. Maybe there is. But they're trying to obscure the truth of their feelings, their heart. They're trying to block that out. And maybe they used another person to do that because they actually like care about you. Not that it's an excuse. It's not an excuse. This person needs to like get over that, you know, and they need to treat people well, but they're uncomfortable with their heart space. So deeply uncomfortable. I'm like literally hearing somebody like fidgeting around. Look, 9 of Angels, Guardian. This person wants to be your guardian. Yeah. And then we've got the Judgment card here. This person has very strong, deep feeling. It's almost like a splinter is what I'm getting, like in the psyche, in the mind, how strong this person feels for you, but how much they want to keep that hidden. And it's almost like, you know, a splinter, if you kind of leave it alone, like it'll work itself out of your skin. Like it'll come up and up and up out of your skin. Like that's what I'm getting. It's like coming up and up and up out of, and this person has like a real vision of the two of you together. There could be a third person here. And for some of you, there's like a child, or there's like, I just heard the third body problem, which is something my husband tries to make me understand about space. Well, about anything really, but it comes from space. It comes from astronomy, where if you have two bodies in the universe, you can pretty much plot their course. But the moment you introduce a third body into the situation, now the course kind of becomes wavy. And so this person, I think in trying to hide their feelings, They brought this third body into the situation. That could be that they got somebody pregnant. I don't know. But what seemed like a sure course for you, actually, they introduced competition and it messed up. Yeah, it's a karmic cycle. They put a blockage. They put a blockage in the way. Yeah. This person watches you. This is a very unsure person. They have so much fear. So this person is in devil energy in the past, but it's not really because they're a bad person. This person, it's because they're a fearful person. They're a coward. They just said that to me. I'm a coward. And I feel like this person is just like, I'm owning it. I'm a coward. Which honestly the same. I've gotten to points in my life where I'm like, I'm just a coward and I'm not able to do what I need to do. Yeah. Feels like they needed to make a decision at a certain point in time. I'm still healing. Okay. This could have just happened recently. I don't feel ready. Okay, so this person just doesn't feel ready to make themselves known to you. This is kind of a quintessential crush, to be honest. So this person has feelings for you. They're trying to hide those feelings. This person has an issue with communicating their heart space. They also have an issue with communicating their heart space through their actions. I really feel like this person's doing the most to try and cover up the fact that they like you and that they have a crush on you. I feel like they're waiting for some kind of sign from you. And they think about you all the time, like when you're not around. So many things remind me of you. So it could be a past energy, but for some of you, it's like whenever you're in the room with them, they're like trying so hard to cover up like how they feel about you. But then whenever you're gone, then so many things remind me. This person like really has strong feelings for you. Look, I'm ready. I'm not ready. That's like literally what I'm getting like, and it's causing them to like really stutter. So this person's thinking about coming forward to you is what I'm getting. But they kind of know that you're intuitive. And I don't know how they know this. Okay, so some of you could have mentioned that you're intuitive, or you could have mentioned like the tarot or something. But for others of you, they may have like actually tested something out on you. Like they thought you had some kind of connection or something and you did something. Yeah. Okay. Anything else here? Look at this defensiveness. This is so heavily guarded. This person's afraid of judgment. Of their heart space. That's the fear of the heart of revealing their heart is a fear of judgment. So they don't want to be made fun of. They don't want you to like, yeah, this is actually a tender-hearted person. I'm not sure how does this person come across to you? Because I want you to be able to identify who this person is. And all we're really getting is like, this is a person who is really, 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 really hiding their feelings. Yeah. Feel to be straight up with yourself. Okay, look, tower moment energy as well. Who is this? So there was a tower moment with this person. Or maybe there would be a tower moment if they revealed their feelings. Look at this, the Four of Cups and then the Death card. I don't know if this is you, like if this person feels like you rejected them in the past, but it would have been because of this nonsense, because this person is not being honest about their feelings. They could have involved a third party situation. That's for some. But for others of you, this person got their heart broken in the past. And maybe this is like true as well. And so it made them like skittish. It made them very nervous. Yeah, to love. But they want something very traditional with you. This person actually does. Look, this person's the turtle. This person is the turtle that's just like swimming up to your shore. That like wants to come out of their shell and they want you to be really nice to them. They're burdened by a tower moment. And look at the giant eye. So they're burdened. This person is burdened by the thought of you knowing how much they like you. This is so relatable, but yet so frustrating. They're just so burdened by that. They're like, they have all these like beautiful thoughts of being with you and everything. They want to reveal themselves, but then they're also just like so burdened because they're afraid that you're going to be mean, or they're afraid that you're going to cut them off. Or maybe this person felt rejected by you in the past, but it's because they jumped in this full energy. They could have jumped in with somebody else trying to hide their heart space energy, which again put the obstacle in front of you. But yeah. And okay, so this person could have or maybe they even like felt rejected by you, but they jumped in knowing that they had this like devil attachment, maybe that you already knew that they had, and they didn't explain it to you. So then they kind of, if this person had come forward to you in the past, or at least they thought they did, because for some of you, you might not have realized that this person thought that they did, or they thought they made a move on you or something, and you didn't know that that's how they perceived that moment. But you probably just didn't consider it because you knew this person had somebody else. And you were like, I don't know what's going on here. So you were, and it's almost a way that they manifested the exact moment that they were so afraid of. So this person is a strong manifester. This very much strikes me as like magician, high priestess, either that's working in tandem within this person, but also like, because this person knows that you are intuitive here as well. So this person, or maybe they know that you're intuitive is what I'm getting. So this person was, they manifested, this is like kind of the dark magician is what I'm getting. Like they manifest from a place of fear when it comes to you. They could have been working together with somebody here to try to bring this together, but there also is some kind of devil energy with that. Routine, work energy. So you could know this person from like routine or work. Knight of Wands. So it's like this person gets right up to the edge and then they pull back, and they right up to the edge and then they pull back. And they kind of, it's like shoot from the hip energy, but you're their hope, you're their wish. This is really confusing. Like the energy, you probably get mixed signals from this person. Like, you love me, you like her. Why are you with somebody else? Like, why are you doing that? Yeah, maybe this person likes to party. There's third party energy here. This is a very, if you don't know who this person is, I'm with you, because I feel like they're intentionally playing around with your energy. Being sneaky. That's what I'm getting, is like this person does things that come off like, that gives the entire wrong impression. And that's, I think, a part of this person's karmic lesson, is that they're hiding their heart space. So they come off in the exact, they come off as an asshole. And maybe this person would prefer that, because it makes them feel less vulnerable and it makes them feel like they're in control, but it's ruining things and it's putting up an obstacle, and it's like they're not getting the response that they want out of you. But there is an explanation for that, and it's because you're confused, you're getting mixed signals, or this person had somebody else that they didn't think that you knew about. So this person, though, is like manifesting a rejection from you, and some of you may actually have rejected this person. I don't know. But for others of you, I feel like you've gotten so much of the wrong information that you think this person is somebody that they're not. And that's their karma. This person, I just heard the water's, come on in, the water's fine. Spirit is trying to say like it's sun energy. Sun is like joy energy. It's happy energy. Step into the light and come experience joy and happiness, to be loved for who you are. It's almost like this person, they're scared to risk who they are, so they never get love for who they are. This person can feel very alone with the hermit energy, with a lot of secrets. They want this new beginning. They're waiting for the sign for a new beginning. But I think you're chilling. And I think if this person did levy some kind of obstacle at your door, I think that you've integrated that into yourself. You're sitting in very sovereign territory. You're like beautiful. You're balanced. This person can be trying to start a fight. What is this person? Oh, Lordy. Lordy, Lordy. This person is mad at fate, is what I'm getting. But they need to be mad at themselves, because they love you so much and they feel brokenhearted. But I think this person also could have broken your heart. They think you're their empress, but again, there could have been somebody else here. And maybe even a child with the 6 of Cups. Now, for some, I heard this person's destined to lose you. They're destined to lose you. Acting this way. And they need to deal with their heartbreak, and that's pushing them inward, and the poisons of their past, because this is so confusing energy. This energy is very, I honestly don't feel like I'm even helping you to identify who this person is, because I feel like we've just really described having a crush on somebody, where it's like, oh, I like you, but I'm scared and I don't want you to know that I like you, because what if you don't like me back? And, then, but a lot of us don't take it so far as like, so I'm going to involve a third party and I'm going to, But not for everybody is that the case. Look, King of Pentacles. Yeah. You don't want to trust the wrong person. That could have been your karmic lesson. Maybe, and maybe you've gone through things. Again, this person would be giving you weird signs. It's unequal give and take. Yeah, you're looking for like slow, steady energy, and that's not what's happening here. So you're like, I don't know who you are, and I don't know which way to go because you're confusing me. Yeah, and this is a functioning dysfunction in this person's space in general, but also preventing this person from moving forward and moving forward with you and getting their wish fulfillment. They need to take a leap of faith, but they have to work together with spirit, I think. I don't know how much longer I'm going to make this one because I feel like this one's confusing. They want to be more than friends, so this person could be a friend. But I feel like they may have evolved with a friend that wants more from them. I want to tell you, I feel the timing just wasn't right. I feel you even though we're apart. So even in the tarot, this person has confused things because I think they've involved with somebody else. And so you're like, I don't know what's true. Thank you so much for the super chat. Some subtle hints, and he's really introverted. That's probably the big move, I guess. Yeah, because I'm literally seeing, I'm just seeing somebody like in your general vicinity, and they were like, I almost kissed you last night. And you're like, what? Like, you know, no? You mean when you were 10 feet away from me? Well, I was thinking about it. Like, but you don't know because this, I don't know. Just being near you is intoxicating. I remember every detail of that day. So this person is thinking about details. I really think that there's this moment where this person was trying to make a move on you, and it was like this, but this isn't helpful for you, I feel like, to identify this person. But they were really thinking about making some kind of big move towards you, and you probably didn't know. And I don't know. They just replay something over and over in their mind. You don't know how hard it was to let you go. I feel like you don't need to let this person go. They don't need to let you go. They need to communicate. Oh my gosh, this person is not, I'm just so confused. Like, I feel like this person, if they just asked you out or if they just explained themselves, but they would have to reveal their heart. And that's like the one thing that they're not willing to do. And so because of that, that's going to put you at a distance. If this person would just be direct and just say what is going on here, then I feel like they wouldn't have to let you go. But this person's being all emo about it. And they're like, oh, I guess we have to let each other go. You speak to me through music. And it's like, why don't we go see music? If you like me, just stop dicking around with your friends over here. Now that we know why you're doing that, just quit that. Just cut that out. And let's go have a happy life. And this person's like, no. I wish things could be different. Just being near you is intoxicating. This person just feels like all the jitters and stuff, like whenever you're near them, and they get like so close. But I feel like it's this nervousness of like, okay, just do it now. Like and this person I think really just needs a plan. Oh wait, this person is so maddening. I'll wait for a sign from you. This person's very passive when it comes to you and going after what they want. But they're like, no, I'm not. I'm the King of Wands. But there's something about you, and maybe this person feels like they disrespected you. There's arguments. Oh, maybe this person feels like there's competition. They could feel like you guys don't have the same spiritual beliefs as well. They want to say they're sorry for the confusion and the options and stuff. But it's not a pass. Like saying this through a tarot reader is not like a pass. It just adds to the confusion. This person needs to spend time alone. They put you in your head and they are sorry about it. They want to clear the air. This person finds you really interesting and very unique. They know that you've grown. I don't know. All right. A couple more and then I'm just going to call it quits on this. Maybe this person, they're watching you. This person is so maddening. I feel like they're just waiting for their ships to come in with you, but they're missing the point of this entirely. I'm getting that this person might watch you with your friends or watch you like having a good time or something, and they're like, I'll just wait for you to notice me. I don't really know. Carolina, this is the exact confusion I've been having for 3 months. Even you can't read them. Thank you. Exactly. Like this person is just really confusing. And it's annoying. It's annoying to me because this person, like I said, I obviously like I read for a lot of you guys, and I'm telling you, this is the energy that will like bother me. Like I'll be cooking breakfast and it's like I got to tell this person how much I love them. And it's like, okay, well, hold on. But I just feel like they want you to know so bad, but then they won't tell you like in meet space. And it's like this person's like all here and they're like ready for me to tell you like all these like beautiful love messages. Like, I think about you all the time. I love you. I'm so regretful. I'm sorry that I didn't make a move or whatever. But then it's like when we try to dig into it, then they like pull back. And I feel like it's this weird push pull. It's this weird like, are you in or are you out? Like it's giving sneaky. You could be forgiven for reading this person as a player, for reading this person as sneaky, for reading this person as like, they're serious about you. This person has like very strong feelings about you, but it's just like their own self-esteem stuff that kind of gets in the way. But I think to you, this person comes across in two very different energies. You know, like sometimes you think this person likes you and other times you think this person is out effing the town. Like, you know, and you kind of don't know if you can believe this person. They're creating all of this. Like, I feel like this person is like, they're the magician, but they're the magician that is like just shooting their magic everywhere. And it's like, stop this. Because they're creating all of this. They're creating all this drama. They're creating all these obstacles. They're making it hard. So like when this person finally does speak to you directly, they've done so much bullshit here that I think you're like, I think you're sneaky. I don't know if I can trust you. And they're like, no, like I'm actually finally saying the truth. And this is another way that they've manifested in their like worst nightmare. Because I think this person almost negatively fantasizes about the nightmare of you saying no and like rejecting them. And you wouldn't be rejecting this person. I mean, you might after this litany of bullshit has like unfolded. But it's only because of this litany of bullshit. If this person like said something at the beginning instead of leading, like, I think you might feel like this person's just leading you on, or they want to have their cake and eat it too. So after they just like done mess with all your friends, then now they want to come over to you, like, you know, and you just feel like, oh yeah. So that's a perfect cover, right? That you like me so much that you just had to fall into every girl along the way to get to me. No, like you're such a liar. Like this person has created that and they've put that in the way and it didn't need to be there. And so it's like this person has to deal with themselves. They have to deal with their insecurity, this like insecurity around the heart space. But they do have a heart for you. And I feel like this person's going through a dark night of the soul. And I do think that their feelings for you have kind of put them there. And again, I just don't know that this person has the stuff to be able to navigate this. Because this might be the person, might be for some of you. They might like blame you. Like the feelings that they have for you. Of like, well, that's put me in this deep depression. No, it's just revealed what's already there, which is this complete inability and unwillingness to like lead from a heart space. I actually think that you would say yes. Like if this person was just upfront with you and just revealed their heart space, you would just say yes and you guys would go have like a normal dinner, like normal people, like a regular moment. but this person is manifesting all kinds of weird scenarios that are like, this is so weird. This is actively uncomfortable. How do they not realize it? They're so focused on their fear is what I'm getting. And about all this like worry wart. That's what I'm getting. It's like, what could go wrong? Because their heart energy is like so invested. Look, I lost myself for a little while. So maybe this person, you might have jump started this person's heart here as well. Because like they could have lost themselves for a little while. And then all of a sudden they met you. And then they were like, oh no, I don't know how to deal with this. I feel like this person is out of practice in communicating their heart energy. Yeah, blame you for having boundaries. He is maneuvering like boundaries interpreted as rejection. Yeah, like this is in their hater friends and family. Yeah, like this is so confusing. And that 9 of Swords that comes out in this deck, this is like my favorite deck, by the way. I can't remember what it's called, but that Nine of Swords, like, it looks like this person is almost protecting somebody else. And maybe that's the impression that you got as well. That this person's like clinging to somebody else here, or protecting them when they should be protecting you, or protecting themselves or the truth or something. This is a mess. And it's a mess of this person's making. And I feel like the main thing for you to walk away from this is knowing that you didn't, you know how people are like, well, it takes two. No, not here. I feel like it's like coming from this person's space. So I'm going to leave that there because this energy feels uncomfortable. Wow. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I feel like that's you. This is you, like, kind of leaving this relationship. You were kind of like, now you're kind of split on it. Because I feel like it was a full yes for you. If this person had just said, I like you, would you like to share an appetizer? You know, like, you would have been like, yeah. And then everything would have progressed, like, very naturally. But just because this person couldn't do that and they kind of teetered on the edge of that, then it put a bunch of weirdness. So now you're feeling that way too, because you're like, I don't know what to believe about you because of what you've done and who you've been around. And this just really didn't need to be this way, is what I'm getting. Like, that's kind of your take. And now I feel like you're wanting to move away from this, but you're like, I don't know what just happened to me. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I finally walked away even energetically, and you've helped me with that grief so much, Jess and Coven. Yay. Yeah, and this person is a magician. Like, this person can reach you on an energetic level. I don't know if they know that or not. I'm seeing Peter Pan, you know, when he loses his shadow and he's trying to stitch it on with that soap, and the magic is kind of going everywhere. Tinkerbell gets stuck in that drawer. Like, it's just, and then Wendy has to be like, everybody calm down. This is soap. You need a needle and a thread. Like, you know, and I don't know that that's the role you want to play in this. I think this person needs to grow up. Okay. I feel so weird. We need to move on. Okay. Let's move it to pile number 3. Woo. Teaspoon. I already have kind of damaged self-esteem, so the confusion really did not help. Yeah, I'm feeling that with you too, where it's like, you're not making it comfortable for me to trust you either. Not that this person needs to, it's just like you also feel uncomfortable, but I think you were willing to brave the uncomfortability. But then this person, like, you were willing to have the hard conversation. You were willing to put yourself out there. You were willing to say everything. But then I think this person just, like, I don't know. I don't like that energy. I feel so weird and I want to get out of it. Thank God. Yay, pile 3. You're not mad at me? Like, you're hurting me and you're okay with that? Yeah. All right. Prayer Wheel Rosewater Lip Gloss. Oh yeah, say something. I'm giving up on you. Okay. All right, pile number 3. Who wants to taste your lip gloss? Okay. Let me see. Prayer Wheel Rosewater Lip Gloss. That's like our own version of GTL. Do you guys remember Jersey Shore? I used to watch Jersey Shore all the time because I grew up in a chaotic household and it used to make me feel comfortable. Also, I grew up on a lake and I grew up in like the Party Cove. I don't know why I'm telling you this. Maybe for some of this is part of a message. And so I would always hear people, because water carries sound. So like, especially in the summer on the weekends, I would hear people like drunkenly like having a good time laughing, and I used to fall asleep to that, and it's like a lullaby to me. And Jersey Shore just reminds me of that energy, and so sometimes when I can't sleep, even to this day, sometimes I will put on Jersey Shore in the background. But it's GTL, Gym Tan Laundry, but ours is Prayer Wheel Rosewater Lip Gloss. Okay. Compassion. Oh my gosh, Compassion lip gloss with rosewater ingredients. You just took me back in the best way. Yes. Oh my gosh. I don't know how to say your name. Zyla, I think. So true. You've been helping like with the energy work of like moving us from pile 2 to pile 3, and I really need it, and I see you and thank you. Okay. Okay. New energy, please, Spirit. New energy, please, for pile number 3. Okay, they want me to go to this deck. Who wants to taste pile number 3's lip gloss? Okay. Okay. Well, we have Faded Meeting at the bottom of the deck, but then we also have Grass is Greener that just came out. Jealousy, better option, unhappy, deserve better. And when I'm looking at the sustainer, I've not really seen this before. Nikki, thank you so much for the super chat. Douche repellent gloss. Okay, so in this picture here, I'm noticing like the 2 stars, and then I'm noticing like the hands here, and it looks like it's blocking the ears, and it's like trying to keep certain people like apart here. So there's somebody that wants to come between you and another person. This person has like a secret crush on you. Admirer, attraction, suitor, butterflies. So this person gets butterflies around you. So I feel like you have a crush on somebody else. This is somebody who wants to like kind of commandeer like your entire attention. They might use music here. It says snake charmer, harmony, melodic. You could go out with this person. There could be music on. Yeah, I'm hearing like Jersey Shore. I'm hearing like the music kind of bumping, like the partying, the lights. Like they're trying to distract you. They're trying to get in between you and another person here because they have a secret crush. And they want this could be somebody from your past that's like wanting to get into a new cycle here with you. I think you feel anxiety. They're having an anxiety that you're dating somebody else. This person might want to rush in and have a hookup with you, one night stand, intimacy, or get you to travel in some way. You may have traveled away from this person to put some distance between you and this person, but they want to change your status here. Definitely need. Great, another conductor. Focus. This picture is so interesting. Yeah. Okay, you have changed from this person in your past. You've changed, you've transformed, you're leaving this behind, and I feel like you're jumping from flower to flower. You're like moving on. Yeah, 7 of Swords. This person's like really sneaky. 7 of Swords. And it's the cannibal in this deck. So they're trying to prevent distance from you need distance from this person, like emotionally and physically, and they're trying to prevent that. This person is. Ace of Swords. This person really wants to block communication between you and another person. So I feel like it's good to clean your energetic space and just to also reaffirm like you are steady moving away from this person. Yeah, there's anxiety here about a betrayal. There's something you didn't see. This person, look, because we have the Page of Swords and it's headless. It's a headless horseman. Oh my gosh, like you're moving away from this person. And you know what? Ichabod Crane. Remember Ichabod Crane? And the tale of the headless horseman. So it's the legend of Sleepy Hollow. And the whole thing about Sleepy Hollow is that at nighttime, they have to get across that bridge or the headless horseman will get you. You have to get across the bridge. So this is a person that's trying to pull you back in, and they're trying to like hide some kind of truth here. But also we've got the Ace of Swords and the 9 of Swords, which makes the 10 of Swords. Betrayal and energy, painful ending energy. This person, there's going to be a painful ending here. It needs to be with this person. I think you realize that. I think you realize that you need to move away here from this person. But this person is pissed. This person is pissed that you're moving away from them. And this person is determined to cause you a painful ending or to ensure that there's a painful ending between you and this person that you want to reach. That there's like the stars align. And you might not have even met this new person yet, but energetically, you are energetically moving away from this person and aligning with the new person. And they want to intercept you before you're able to, it's the star energy. So it's healing energy. And some of you are called to move. Some of you are called to put distance, like actual physical distance between you and somebody else. And they want to come rushing in here. This person is a coward. Yeah, like this person might be in a relationship here. I just asked, what are they a coward about? And it's the 4 of Wands, which is like the happy marriage card. But then I also clarified that like the Ace of Cups. So I think this person sees you as like their happiness, or maybe this person is in a happy relationship and they're sabotaging that in order to be with you. So take that however it resonates. And maybe you found out that this person was in another like relationship or something. So they could be in a happy relationship, but then they want to sabotage that just to prevent you and this other person from connecting, because that's the level of person we're dealing with here for some of you. And then, yeah, like death. So there's death energy. This person wants to taste your lip gloss to prevent a death energy, but there needs to be. And also scorpionic energy can be that like very negative, abusive relationship cycle. So again, this could be a repeated pattern, because I'm hearing like Anurata, and Anurata always can kind of get sucked into like abusive relationship dynamics, but always pulls itself back out. And I feel like you're pulling yourself back out of this. This person could be pretending to be a friend, but they have a secret crush on you. They're sad that you have other options. This person is sad that you have other options. There's something here about earrings as well. Look, this person's just like watching you, dude. This is giving me the creeps a bit. Actually, it's so funny that you just said that, my muchness, because I was just getting ready to shift gears. She says, I was hoping that pile 3 would be a future energy, but I hope not. So we just looked at this, like this is who wants to taste your lip gloss, but they're trying to prevent you. And I was literally just getting ready to be like, I want to see this future energy though, of like who wants to taste your lip gloss from the future that you are moving towards. Okay, so the King of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like this person's really sexy. They are leadership oriented. They have overcome a lot in their past. I feel like this person's an entrepreneur, but this is very kind of ugly duckling into a swan energy. This is a person that's overcome a lot. You might not see that, because I think when you meet this person, they are going to appear like the King of Wands. So you're just going to see this person as being like very sexy, very in control, very in charge. You might literally see this person kind of like directing people in some kind of way. Like that's your first impression here of this person. They have a nice physique is what I'm getting, like very nice muscle tone. I just heard strong jawline, or something about their jawline stands out to you, or like you really do like. It's like this person says a lot without saying anything at all. And I'm hearing that song. It's like, you say it best when you say nothing at all. So, yeah, like there's just this kind of silent connection here between the two of you. I'm getting that you watch this person from afar before you really like engage. You might even feel intimidated or something, but you just kind of, I think that it just gives you pleasure to watch this person at first. Like you just think, wow, that person really has their stuff together. It's really inspiring to watch them like move across the space or like lead whatever it is that they're leading. And it's an entirely different energy. And I think you feel inspired by this person because your journeys are very similar. And but you might not realize that here at first. You might feel new in the game at something. You might feel like in this full energy that you're taking a chance, or that yeah, but you're also very hopeful with the Ace of Wands. Like this is some kind of fiery, passionate new beginning. And the Wand suit, because this person's coming up as the King of Wands, but there's also this Ace of Wands kind of energy. And I feel like the wand suit is all about selfhood. It's like putting yourself out there and even competing. So like, you know, getting your product out there, getting your vision out there. It's like, it is kind of about competing, but it's in like mastering that energy and not being afraid to kind of compete. So I feel like for some of you, there might be elements here of that. That King of Wands person has like, you're seeing like the possibility here in this person. And I just heard advocate. So this person may be an advocate. They could work in some kind of advocacy. They could be some kind of consultant. This person, you may advocate for this person behind the scenes by explaining to people like that this person's really, because you see how like good this person is in the fire realms, but this person may also end up advocating for you. Yeah, and some of you might not have met this person yet because they're coming in this future energy. They could be associated with the color red. Or you could associate them with the color red, or you really like them in the color red, or they really like you in the color red. Could be a lot of Aries in this person's chart. They really stand out as an individual. You might think this person's blocked off here at first, but I think they might just be busy. There's a real slow acclimation between you and this person, and it's because you are, that spirit is, oh, okay. You need to pay attention to what you hear about this person. It's not true. Spirit, and maybe they need to pay attention to what they hear about you because it's not true. Spirit is trying to block something. Spirit is trying to block the hearing of something here, and spirit is keeping you apart until you kind of slowly can acclimate and come together, because I think you're going on a healing journey. And I think this person is at the beginning of some kind of journey where they're in their fire force energy and they need to be in charge. They need to be making moves like in the external world, something here like that. Three of Swords. Yeah, so you both could have experienced a betrayal. Alien stands out. So some of you could have moved to a new place, or you just feel foreign. Or this could be a new job. So you could be starting out at a new job and things just seem like really foreign. You could have been like leaving a heartbreak energy, a karmic energy. And the Three of Swords for me is Saturn and Libra energy. So it could be a contract. You could have been leaving a contract. Could be a karmic contract, like in love and relationships. But it also could be a work contract. This also, like, for those of you who are moving states, it's like the law, the letter of the law is a certain like kind of contract that you have, but you could be moving like states or countries. And this person is very strong and established in whatever that is, and you feel weird. I feel like whenever you meet this person, you feel weird. Why is that? Four of Swords. You're healing because you're healing and you need that time. You need time to heal, and that's why you're kind of I think spirit in a weird way is using this person's energy to acclimate you and as a reference point for how to like navigate. This person's strong with the Queen of Swords. Yeah, and they're very like no nonsense. And I think you notice the details here about each other. You could hear things about this person's relationship past, but I just heard you know what you've been through, and you know that people lie. And remember that, like when you're dealing with this person, because I think this could go all the way to marriage with the Hierophant coming in. Okay, let's get more energies. I want to use a different deck. This person is strong. Okay, this person has a very strong side. I feel like their public facing side is very strong, but this person is very sweet. I just heard like a lamb to the slaughter. Yeah, this person's very noble. I think this person can trust the wrong people sometimes too. So can you. You might worry about whether or not this person's somebody that you can trust, this person that wants to taste your lip gloss. And you might also feel like you don't have enough to offer this person because you feel new. You feel on some kind of shaky ground, and you're confused about their options. You're confused about your options here. Okay, and literally I just keep seeing Spirit's hands here. Don't listen to like your inner mind, like, or something like that. It's like, and you do need time to like heal here. There could be something about this person's hair that you really notice. It's very fire sign energy that's coming through this person. So they could be athletic. They could have a really sexy body. They could have like just like the right build. Like, you know, I think this person comes across like very sexy. They could have the exact kind of body that you like. Hair, eyes, the hair, the eyes, anything. Pick a feature. Like that's what I'm hearing. Like you're up in your head about this. Okay, so for some of you, this is coming in. And you have like these sneaky intrusive thoughts that tell you that you're not good enough and that you're like weird and that, you know, you're on shaky ground or whatever. And this person's so strong. You might even feel like this person's too cool for school. This person has a really soft, sweet, sensitive side. They just don't show it to everybody. And if they have a leadership role, then they're not showing it in that. What else about this person? Look, I'm noticing this sideways 8, this infinity symbol. So this could be like just an eternal kind of connection here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. What else, Spirit? Who else? Who wants to taste this person's lip gloss? Oh my gosh, there's so much fear. So that's why there's a slow acclimation. Yeah, I just feel it's this bridge energy of like you're learning something new before you can get to this new beginning. But there's like a rivalry kind of going on, and it is associated with a karmic from your past. Like on the physical, there's this push-pull energy. So Spirit's trying not to bring the two of you together, but you're just kind of watching each other from afar, and it's this slow sort of thing. And you're really being encouraged not to listen. Something here, it's like, don't listen. Just like until you, because these energies are pulling on you. It's like within your own mind, but that's having an effect out in the like physical. Yeah. That's really what I'm getting. I think that you're going to be really taken by this person, but just be careful not to compare yourself unfavorably, because I feel like you're not in the best mental space whenever you meet this person, but it's because you have ended some kind of karmic cycle, and your energy is going to feel like kind of frazzled until you can heal that up, and until you can love yourself like through that and be like, that was really strong of me. But you know what? I might be in a new place. I might be in a new job. I might be kind of starting at the bottom of the totem pole here, but I had to overcome a lot to get to this place. Me being in this position is actually me being in a position of strength. And anybody who's going to be with you, which I think is this person, they're going to need to get to know me in order to understand that that is my position of strength and that I am going to get better. So it's like the demon within, like the devil within, like telling you that you're not good enough, that I feel like spirit is trying to help you overcome. I just asked, how does this person feel about you? Like this new person, Knight of Pentacles. They feel like they can build with you. They want to take things slow. They actually, what's funny is this person sees your potential. So I feel like you feel that you're at this, this Page of Pentacles. And this Page of Pentacles always looks so sad to me and like, you know, not feeling very like secure in the physical. This person's not relating to you in the same way. This person sees you as an independent person. They see you as like being able, like having all the tools and being on your path. This person is a very process-oriented thinker because they themselves are like a process-oriented person. They see you as being very strong. This person just sees your potential. This person sees you in an entirely different light than you see yourself. And I think that's because you've been in some kind of karmic cycle that had you thinking one way about yourself, and then maybe breaking through it, like had you still in that energy. This person sees you entirely differently than other people from your past have seen you. They believe in you. This person actually sees you as a stable investment. They see you as wealth, even if you haven't like found that in yourself. This person's like, no, you've got everything. The sky's the limit for you is what I'm hearing. It's just a matter of waiting for your ships to come in. And this person, I think, is waiting for their ships to come in with you, but it feels like this person feels busy. Like at this current moment, it's like they're not trying to slight you. They feel busy and they feel like they're waiting for their ships to come in with you. This person also could have gone through something where they have to move away from something emotional and they're like on their own healing journey. This person kind of feels like they're not sweating it, to be honest. Like they feel a strong sense of friendship here with you as well. It's an easy feeling. Yeah, I like this person's energy so much. And they are the sustainer. So this person is very nurturing and very comforting. This person can be good with their hands. You could be good with your hands. You guys might end up making something here together, you and this person. Building kingdom treasures. Pile 3 started off as the creepy ex that was trying to prevent you from connecting with the soulmate energy. And now we're looking at the soulmate energy. Okay, you're breaking through generational curses with this, but you have to enter like the unknown door. Some of you are gearing up for a fight. Like if you have to leave a relationship, or even if you have to fight to break a contract or something, and this person's like very nurturing. There also may be a fight. I don't know, that either of you, like this could be a divorce, this something here. And it could be that you're keeping separate until that like actually happens. Because this has like the potential to go the distance here. So let me just see anything else. Oh my gosh. So there's a lot of dreaming, a lot of fantasizing here. This person like might feel like a dream or a fantasy come true. You both have options. You might see this person's options and it might make you feel insecure. But again, like, I just feel like this is supposed to work out. I just keep hearing that. Don't get in your head too much about this. Don't sabotage this before it can even begin. It just feels like this comes in on the back of a judgment energy. The Sun card, yes. So that's a confirmation. This comes in off the back of another ending. Some kind of judgment energy that you've made in your life. It will unearth secrets. Just you shifting your energy. It's going to unearth secrets. And again, this feels like a divorce. This feels like separating of a karmic contract is some kind of karmic contract. And then this is going to come in on the back of that. So I don't really know what else to say. And a message is going to kind of switch things from this person. They're going to say something. This person is going to say, okay, so you got you're both working through something. And then somebody's going to say something here and it's going to initiate kickstart something. When the time is right, when you've kind of processed what you need to process on your side of things, then I feel like this person's probably going to say something and it's going to change the way that you're feeling about them and the situation. Is going to start this building process, and you're going to realize, hey, I've got everything that I need, even though I think that you just don't feel as secure on the physical as you usually do because of a decision that you made, and you feel like you're in some kind of waiting period. But when this goes, it's going to go. So that's who wants to taste your lip gloss. There's a couple people in this pile that do. I just heard read between the lines. Oh my gosh, proposal, family. Yeah, this could I feel like you have to speculate about this for a long time, but then this could kind of go the distance. This third party also might want to make things really vague. Or they might say something like, well, read between the lines. Like, I don't know. For quite some time. In what ways can you protect your energy? I really like him, Jess. Yeah. Yeah. And for some of you, this like new person hasn't come in yet. They haven't come in yet. But they are, because you're doing you're doing some kind of energy work. You're clearing your space. Because there's a manifestation thing here with this as well. But you leaving behind a karmic, and this feels like on a lot of levels, because it feels like you're leaving behind a karmic relationship, but also like a place. Some kind of place that holds a certain energy that you're used to seeing yourself a certain way in. And you're saying goodbye to, like, it feels like a lot of things all at once. And that's actually clearing the way for you to manifest from a different place. But even just cutting those ties, it's like that energy is still kind of with you. And that's what I'm getting is like, you're going to cut this ties. Your energy is going to be a bit frazzled. You have to still allow that energy to kind of process through you, processing yourself, and get yourself enough stability underneath you to be able to see yourself in a new light, and to be able to be excited about this new life that you're building for yourself, or this new like opportunity or possibility. Give yourself enough time to do that, which is going to change your headspace. And I feel like that's when that you and this person are actually going to come together. And I think there's something here about this person and the way that you see this person that mirrors yourself and this new path that you're on. And I think when you start to speak to this new person, you're going to realize that they're just like you. That everything that you see about this person as being strong, well, they didn't start out that way. And it's going to give you hope, and this person's going to know the map, and they're going to help you in that way. But it's going to help. This is like the new you. This is the new life that's like Spirit has prepared for you. But you just try not to sabotage it in a mental space, and just know that that mental energy, it is what it is. It's that final gunk of that other life just leaving your life, but you have to let it leave your life so that you can manifest this new situation and like really take hold of it and not sabotage anymore, because that's not who you are anymore. You're leaving it behind. So yeah, fear is such a buzzkill. I love the name of this reading. Interesting. Yeah. So this is a process, and Spirit's trying to safeguard this process. And I'm hearing that's what this big lesson is you got to trust the process. Because I actually think you don't give yourself enough credit, pile number 3. You really don't. You're actually energy workers, and you've done a lot of work. Like, you might not think of it that way, but when you're leaving behind that karmic relationship and that karmic like place or whatever, that is energy work. You are clearing your auric field, but you might not have like used words like that, but that's what you're doing. You're clearing out the auric field, all those old samskaras that you've been kind of manifesting the same old. You're actually cutting ties with that. But it is a process, and it is kind of exhausting, and I feel like it has been entrenched in your life. But I think by the time you've cut ties with it to the point where you've moved jobs or whatever, you've done most of the work. It's just a matter of allowing the final like squeezes to like get out of your energy field. And then you're going to see this whole new situation with fresh eyes. And you're going to realize that this person doesn't look at you the same way that you look at yourself. If you're feeling like, oh, I'm so insecure. And this person is like, wow, that person's like me. That person has potential. That person has everything that they need to be successful, even if they haven't found their footing yet. That's how this new person looks at you, because that's how Spirit looks at you. And that's how you're going to look at yourself. So it's energy work and it's healing. It's actually going on behind the scenes here. Beautiful. Yeah. Okay. So, a good exhausting, yes. Now let's move into the general messages. Okay, now this entire time, those of you who've been with me for a second, you know there's like a spiritual attack energy that kind of like comes in and it kind of goes. And That's like absolutely what's been happening this entire reading. And I've started, it used to be before I would do the readings, I would feel kind of like negative, or I would feel that energy kind of creep in. There's certain telltale signs that energy is like around. Now this time I start to get really suspicious when I feel very good, like before readings, because I feel like they try to build me up and then they try to like pull the rug. That's been happening this entire reading. Okay. And then I was kind of trying to get information on this, like the whole time I was kind of moving through, and I kept getting the Four of Pentacles, like with the Magician. This person's very cowardice. This person that like is trying to spiritually attack me and you and your messages, they're trying to block, they're trying to intercede. So for some of you, and I've gotten this message before, like whoever this is, because this person started like, I can't even remember when this person started to kind of like come through, but it was a while ago. And I think it was on Patreon where I was getting the message where I was like, this person followed somebody here. It's somebody that they have a crush on, that they like followed into this space. Somehow they know that this person, like, you know, whatever, watches the tarot, or some, like maybe people mentioned it on their social media or something. They followed somebody that they have a crush on in here. This is the person that's trying to block. They're trying to intercede. They're trying to block your own intuition. This person is your enemy. They're a hidden enemy. They're obsessed with you. They've got a crush on you, but they don't love you enough to allow you your own choice and your own self-sovereignty. I hate that energy. I cannot stand that energy. If anything would have me incarnate into this physical form in this godforsaken land, it would be that. I just don't like it when people don't give you your choice and your self-sovereignty. If you say you love somebody, then love them enough to like let their energy do whatever it is that they want. Like Maya Angelou says, right? Love liberates. And this person is, I can feel my enemy. Like they have the exact opposite. They don't like that I call them out. This person is in that karmic energy. They don't like that I call them out. And I'm going to keep calling them out. And it is a huge, monumental undertaking for you to overcome people who have thrown this kind of energy at you, even behind the scenes, because that person is showing up as a magician energy. But again, I'm seeing that Four of Pentacles, which is my Emperor wannabe card. And behind it is the Magician. Okay. And I just have to say this too. Now we're going to start to get into weird territory, but I feel like a lot of us, especially if you've been on your own journey even, but like I know this group, this community, we've been kind of dedicated to our own processing here for a while. And it's like we get deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And we kind of go back through the sands of time, like through our own layers of our own psyche and our own layers of our own samskaras. And we peel back the layers of the onion as we are ready and as we are fully ready to kind of process through these certain things. And I've started to hit this place where I keep going to ancient Egypt. And that came back out like last reading, and I'm hearing pyramid scheme. And I literally get this gaggle of idiots in my mind, like that is from that time period, that I don't know if this is from the time of the magicians. That was a karmic, like, the time of the magicians in like the pyramids. I don't even know what I mean by that. I don't know if it was like basically what the pyramids were originally intended for, or this was like after they'd kind of fallen into disrepair, but people kind of knew the lore and the magic around them. The pyramid is an extremely sacred structure, and it has a propensity to protect energy and then to like kind of funnel it out. So it could be this gaggle of idiots that knew just enough about manifestation or just enough about energy work to be, I'm picturing somebody in the bottom of that pyramid sneaking in. It's almost the energy of like, if it happened in today's day and age, somebody that's like, oh, I have a friend that's like a maintenance worker at the pyramids and they can get us in. And we can do some kind of fucked up shit in the basement and nobody's ever going to know. And it's going to amplify our energy. There's some kind of ritualistic practice that was done there where these morons, because they're spiritually profane, they misused a magical spiritual energy in order to try to control things. And that's that emperor wannabe energy. And it had something to do with status and the way that they were seen. And it's something like through time and space, and it challenges the natural karmas of things. So they're playing with the magician energy. They're trying to interrupt karmas, because we all come into the body and we wear our karmas, you know, like you deal with whatever karma you want to deal with. So you have the body, you're from the place, you have certain skills and talents, right? All of that to kind of help you deal with certain karmas that have started to flower, that you're ready to kind of deal with. Well, these people bypassed that in some kind of ancient magician energy from Egypt. This feels like from Egypt. And the pyramid, I'm seeing the pyramid, or some pyramid with Egyptian magic, was like used to kind of do this. And it was used to intercede, to try to block people off from their natural, to steal destiny is like what it is, to block you from your natural destiny. And that magic, that runaway magic, is still very active here. Okay. And like, as I'm saying that, there's lawnmowers and stuff that are going off, and they usually go off earlier than this. I really feel that there is a strong force that is trying to prevent this from being seen. Okay. And I'm just telling you this because you can do all the personal self-work that you want. But please pray over yourself, pray over your family, pray over your connections in whatever way you do, okay? Because spell work, that's just stating your intention. It's incantation. It's a different way of praying. If you want to pray in rhyme and repeating it 3 times, that's still prayer energy, okay? So however it is, but I suggest that you intercede this runaway magic and you just say, if there is runaway magic, make sure you state this to the universe. Make sure you state it very clearly. If there is runaway magic from this time period, from some idiot that feels like they have any right to interfere in your sovereignty, that is a bad person. They don't care about you. They only care about themselves. And that's evident in the way that they use the tool of spirituality. This is somebody that is spiritually profane. This is like really kicking up and really trying. This person does not want to be seen as doing this. And they want to intimidate whoever this is. They want to appear as the emperor. So this person may want to appear as your divine masculine, or they may want to appear to be like in charge of things. But really, they're just a sad little magician behind the scenes, trying to like pull at the strings and the levies that they can of reality because they're too scared to face themselves and they're too scared to face their karmas. Because this happened in a lifetime where I feel like they felt subservient to somebody. They felt like, I want what that person has. It's jealousy and it's envy. I want what that person has. I want their job. I want their partner. I want to be seen in that light, and I'm going to take it. And that's what's kind of playing out here in this lifetime. It is kind of like a pyramid scheme. And these are also people, remember what I was saying in pile number 1, for those of you who stuck around, where it was like, no, that you really just got to get where you're going, right? And you have to trust in the divine and don't get greedy with your energy. You take what's for you and nothing more and nothing less, right? And you participate productively in this dance of life. That's somebody who is, I just need to get where I'm going. These are people that want options. They want everything. And it's not because they love people, and they just want options. They want multiple options. They want all of it. And that somehow has to do with the families that they incarnate. It's intercepted, it's capped their karma in some way. And I feel like you have had to rise up in your high priestess energy and in your magician energy finally in order to combat this. So if spirituality was out of left field for you, honey, pay attention. This message is for you. Okay? And you're like, I have no idea why I'm here. This is so far left, like off of the path that I was going. No, trust me, you need this. You need to figure out how to navigate yourself in an energetic spiritual way, because that's the energy that you're up against. And I'm hearing that quote from the Bible. It's like Ephesians something. 13 or something like that, where it says, we are not up against like individuals. We are up against principalities, princes of darkness in high places. These are organizations, they are networks, they are communities. And in this case, it's hidden, it's behind the scenes. In this case, it could be hidden in this life, like this could be a secret society that in this life goes around doing that. That very well could be. I'm more getting that it doesn't, after that lifetime, it kind of doesn't matter. There's this hidden association between these people that did this ritual. They're all united in a similar goal, and it's the goal of selfishness, to hide who they really are and to look out for number 1, look out for their own best interest. And it is a type of runaway manifestation where these people just find themselves in the right places and high up positions, and they did not deserve it. So if you're kind of looking at these people and it's like they always seem to get the girl, they always seem to get the opportunity, and you just know for a fact that that person is not a good person, because there's a way to build those things up karmically. I've always heard beauty is a karma. Beauty is a form of intelligence when you go about it the right way. But if you just take it, it's like there's a harshness to that where it's lopsided. That's something that I'd be very suspicious of in a man or in a woman, or something that just kind of lures you in. That I would be very suspicious of. And I'm hearing it's part of the dark age, or like in dark ages, maybe this magic comes through, because who knows how old the pyramids are, right? So, and if you are a student of spirituality, you know that we have these zodiacal ages that are 2,100 years and some change long, and if you are familiar with the Masonic symbology of like the checkered floors, so that kind of rivals the harmonic balance of the yin yang, that black and white energy. So with the yin yang, that's that black and white energy, the light and the dark, the light and the shadow, whatever you want to call it, in perfect balance and perfect harmony, where they have a symbiotic relationship and they kind of feed into each other and they balance each other out. But in that checkered format, that is, one is dominant, the other's dominant. One is dominant, the other's dominant. And that's the zodiacal ages kind of proceed like that. And it is to help us get a better look at something, because sometimes when we live in utter chaos and darkness, you can see a different side to people, or you can actually better see the truth of yourself or of other people, you know, if you can recognize that this is total darkness or this is total ignorance. And so in that time period, these people kind of get away with that runaway magic. It's allowed to like persist. But we're moving into the period of the light. Tasha, thank you so much for the super chat. As we move in, this is a prime time. You always want to know why souls, they say souls like fight over almost, like want to incarnate during the changes over of these zodiacal ages, because that's a period of uncovering, because you've been living so long in one energy and things kind of settle in. And when things settle in and they become normal, it's hard to see what's actually going on. But during the revelation, where things are uncovered, it's judgment energy. When things are actually revealed, you can see the truth of something and you can intercede and you can cut it off. I get the sense that this is the kind of magic, and whatever was done and during whatever time period where whenever knowledge was available. This is something that will rear its ugly head again in the next dark age. Whatever that is. So you'll have this, it can't come through in the light ages, because everything is seen correctly in the light and everything has to be in alignment with truth energy. I think this is where practices like in India, the caste system come from. Because I think that has to, in my mind, and this is just my opinion, I'm literally just pulling this out of my ass. This is like not written anywhere. This is just my sense on something, is that's like kind of a technology that was meant to operate in light time periods where the veil is so thin, everybody just knows certain things. So you do have souls that are maybe not as mature that try to incarnate because they want help from the higher souls, but there was like a certain amount of hierarchy because it is truthful to the vibration that only works in the light age. It can't work in the dark age because that's going to be like twisted and perverted and, you know, whatever. So it's a way for certain people to kind of like build off certain karmas. That's a horribly abused system, and I do not advocate for that. That's not like what I'm trying to say now. There's a certain amount of equality between people that needs to be like advocated, but that's what I'm getting though, is like during those times of light where as we move more and more into like the light ages where everything is seen clearly for exactly who and what it is that their energy actually is, and they're not allowed to hide in darkness or behind magics or behind anything like that, then that'll go away. But you have a potential now to break that tie, to break that bond, that karmic cord, and you should really throw yourself behind doing that. Really set that intention. Really, you know, I'm seeing somebody just like light that candle and, you know, write down your own like spell, something you feel connected with, of like, first, I am a sovereign being, and here my energy reigns supreme, and nobody's going to mess with my energy. And if somebody tries, because it is like, they also are a sovereign being, they get to do whatever they want to do as well. But if they try to mess with your energy, you just say, you know what, I don't accept that anymore. So this person's clearly trying to, and this person is really sneaky with it too, that tries to come through. And I think this maybe mimics like similar energy that you guys are dealing with. They really try to have it slide below my radar. They really want me to think that it's me. They really want me to think, they try to get in my head. They try to make me, I just sort of know what's my energy and what's not. And I'm grateful for that spiritual lesson, because honestly, without that person trying to fuck with me, I never would have seen that like in a deeper light. And I mean that very genuinely. Like, I kind of know what is my own energy now and like what isn't, but they try to mask, they try to wear my own cloak, and they try to make me doubt myself or my messages, or that I'm not doing the right thing, or that they want me to quit. I'm literally hearing that. I quit. Like they're trying that because this person doesn't, they're mad. I'm ruffling their feathers, and they don't like to be called out because this is a deeply, deeply small person on the inside. And anybody that would use magics to interfere with another being's self-sovereignty, that's exactly what it is. They're a very small person. And a tool in one person's hand is going to be very different than that same tool in another person's hand. And this person's just really, really trying not to be seen. And there's a moral bankruptcy here, and they don't like that I speak about that. They really don't. They like to think that they're a good person or that they're a spiritual person because they just do whatever they want. They live in justification energy, and they like tarot readers. I'm literally hearing this. They like tarot readers that feed into their bullshit and their delusion, and that the people that they kind of target and go after. They don't like that I challenge that. Yeah. He's so religious in this lifetime. Yeah. So I'm just saying, like, and all of this you can use to cut your teeth on. Like, all of this is a lesson. It's all like unfolding. All of this is for you. It all unfolds for you. There are certain things that only the darkness can teach you, because the light would never. The light would never treat you in such a manner. So this idiot coming in here, like, people who love me, they would never treat me in such a manner because their karmas, they haven't a better holistic like understanding. But I I've been able to see this like kind of other side, and I've seen how this kind of side operates in a way that I couldn't before, you know? So I'm just saying, like, believe in yourself. I feel like that's the general message that wants to come through, is like, believe in yourself. There are energies, people, they're just self-centered, and they have their own agenda. And they might try to make it seem like you're the one with an agenda. Because what we know about a narcissist is that they love to point the finger. They love to project their own state of consciousness out onto you. They love to say that you're doing what they're doing. They want to make somebody who's actually the truth teller, somebody who is actually helping, and somebody who is actually approaching something from the right energy. They want to grab onto any little thing that they can to paint that person in the wrong. And they love to try to get flying monkeys and have other people do their dirty work. This person is very slick, the way that they try to turn people against me. And I've dealt with that energy my whole life. I think I'm very callous. Like, my mom was a psychopath. Like, you don't scare me. Okay? You don't scare me. So, try being 7 years old. Like, not being able to emote clearly because it might be used against you. Like, please. I've dealt with this my whole life. I'm over it. And honestly, even if this person manages to get one up on me, like, it's just same shit, different day. Like, so this is just breaking ties with that. Yeah, so let me just see if there's any other, this is an end of, you know what it is? It's death knell energy. This person no longer has influence, even if they can still, okay, because I was seeing this in another message too, of like the timelines are really, really separating. So this person can still see in your timeline, they can still kind of have access, but it's less and less over time. And I feel like this is you're in like the temperance energy. And oh my gosh, I'm noticing the sun and the moon. This goes back to ancient Egypt times. So basically, religions come down to sun cults and moon cults, basically. Like, if you really kind of strip everything down. And the sun cult is usually like, everything is in the light. They talk about morals. They talk about discipline. The leaders of a true sun energy, they are very good at what they do. They're very successful, but they have like an austerity, and they lead by example. But the moon cult comes out like at nighttime, at darkness, and it is ancient Egyptian lore that man's oldest enemy is the darkness, because of the things that come out in the night and whatever, and the darkness representing the ignorance of one's own psyche, the ignorance of one's own soul. And I just heard, what you don't know doesn't hurt you, but actually what you don't know can hurt you. And that's where this person likes to live, in the darkness. It's that and the word sin from the Bible comes from the Sinai Peninsula. Sin, like looking out over across, and there's mountains. So like so Egypt, Sinai Peninsula, there's that little cutout of water. I don't know what that's called there. But looking over that, you can see the mountains, and you could always see the moon over the mountains. And it was said that the moon god lived in the mountains. And it was like the god of fear and everything. So anyways, it comes out at night, and it rules over fears and illusions and imbibements and things. And it's the competition between those two cults that actually dates back to ancient Egyptian times. And so I feel like it's somebody that was indoctrinated into that back in the day. They hang out at bars. They hang out in illusionary spaces. The moon can also be very elegant energy, so this person might like to come off as very elegant, but they don't live in the truth, and they're certainly not austere. So it's a rivalry of those two systems. Brody, thank you so much for the super chat. Fear is the mind killer. Exactly. And I feel like these people try to lure you into the darkness. They try to lure you, because the sun, wherever the sun is, I just heard, the light is coming to take back everything the darkness stole. The light is coming to take back everything the darkness stole. So they try to lure you into dark places. Again, bars, like illusions of the mind, the dark places of your mind, but they want to leave you there without a light. The moon can only reflect the light from the sun in an illusionary way, but the sun is the light. So don't go to these and that's what all of this is about, is connect. God lives in you. And you can connect with God directly there. And that's when we're talking about, even when we are all reading messages for each other, you have to come from a place of resonance. Does this resonate with me? Right? Runaway magic. Break that. Who lured who? Yeah, it's the moon energy that's trying to lure you kind of into an unnatural space for yourself. I'm not saying they're successful, because the moment you recognize your own power, like, it kind of stops. But you're in this temperance energy. This person's feeling left out in the cold, and they're being left with whatever weakness this person was trying to cover up in this past life. They just really didn't want to deal with their own karma. That's what it comes down to. It's a weakness. It's a cowardice. Cowardice leads to cruelty. So this person did something very cruel in order to intercept. That's still playing out in this lifetime. And it's playing out, and that's kind of it. You can make it work for you because, again, you can learn stuff. You're in this situation. You might as well. I just heard your spirit guides, more than they try to stop certain things because they can't. This is an energy you kind of have to deal with. They try to make it to where you can open your eyes. Like they try to keep it to where it's just enough that they might back off the intensity or try to curb the intensity just enough to where you can open your eyes and actually see it and get a good look at exactly what's going on because they don't want to waste this. And there's somebody that's been commenting like under the comment section. It's like, why God, why? People are always asking me like, why God, why? Like, I don't know. Like I'm in a meat suit, same as you, first of all. But I try, like what the message that comes through for me is like the light energy, the light side of things. It's the energy of not wasting anything. Just because you're in a shit situation and you're connecting with God energy there does not mean God brought that about or that even your spirit guides brought that about. It could have been another energy that brought that about. It could have been that's had to prey upon a dark spot in your own mind, a blind spot, if you will. We all have them. It's okay. You shouldn't beat yourself up about it. But while you're there, because your guides don't want to bring you in there. They don't. They love you. They're not going to bring you in there, but you're there. So we might as well open our eyes. We might as well learn something from that. It's not always that spirit just dropped you off in the middle of hell and it's like, I wanted you to learn a lesson for your own good. No, spirit usually is the part that says, well, you're here. We might as well make the most of this. Okay? I didn't do this to you, but while we're here, the lesson part, why we look for the lesson is because we're trying to get whatever we can out of this that we can, right? But anyways, back to this person. This person's being left out in the cold. This person, this is a moral bankruptcy. I think they're being seen. The doors are closing here on this person. It could be a door with you. This person could have tried to trophy you or they tried to intercept you. look, you are cutting this person out and they're pissed. They can't stand it. And this is a person that will go to low blows to try to force you to accept their energy. It's decidedly, they could have paid somebody here as well. Functioning, dysfunction, options. Moving away from this person because it was probably an unequal give and take, but you were this person had a secret crush on you. That's kind of this runaway magic energy. This is what I'm talking about, where this goes back lifetimes with this person. Probably very much confused you about who this person was. And they paid somebody. There was some kind of, and you were some kind of favorite wife to the moon is what I'm getting. But again, they want all their options. They want their cake and eat it too. So this person probably involved other people. But this person is being placed exactly in the energy. And this is unstoppable because we're moving into a light age anyways. I'm just saying you can break this permanently for good. You can break the bonds. You can break the karmic cords. And I just want to encourage you to really focus a lot of energy into doing that. Because you're building up your good karmas here. You have good karmas. This person needs to build up good karmas here. They need to spend some time alone. They don't want to. It's causing them a lot of anxiety, just like it did in that previous life, because this person's a coward at the end of the day. And they can't sit alone. And instead, they have to try to interfere and try to steal from other people's karmas that they were supposed to be living in that lifetime. And maybe that you were supposed to be living in this lifetime. This is like parasitic energy. They want to parasite off of that because their karmas had them alone, is what I'm getting. They gave them traits and opportunities that they were meant to hermit. And they couldn't do that. So instead, they got involved with some kind of magician cult, weird stuff in that ancient Egyptian time in order to interfere. And this has been going on. This is sort of that spiritual war energy. And I feel like you kind of are meant to stand up to this energy. But it's by connecting to yourself and the truth of yourself and the truth of the situation. Yeah. Maybe it is Masons. I don't know exactly what this is. It could be anything, but yeah. This person is in competition, but death energy. The whatever magic, it might have had you thinking this person was your twin flame or whatever, because that's what it was like designed to do. Yeah, but spirit wants to work with you to help get you out of this. So I think spirit's been laying the groundwork for you to kind of understand this. Put the kibosh on this energy. Cut your ties with this person. See them for what they are, and then kind of move on. So, God says, fear not, for I am with you. Yeah. I tried protecting him too. Anyways, I feel some kind of way about this reading. Yeah. but that's what I have. Thank you guys so much. And again, I just want to reiterate that you actually dealing in your space means that you're not. That's what I feel like this is. I feel like this is a major shift. And I feel like that's my purpose, to be honest with you, is to help usher people across this kind of finish line as you are really breaking free from a pattern. Because like I said, I think this is a group that's finally ready to kind of start putting the pieces together of like, I actually attract the same kind of relationship, the same kind of relationship pattern, the same kind of relationship cycle. I wonder why I do that. And then we've dipped into layers of the psyche. We've dipped into layers of the mind. Now we're dipping into a spiritual kind of quality and aspect where there may be some runaway magic that is actually assisting in that. Light of Love, thank you so much for the super chat. And so you're dismantling an old karmic cycle that has been probably active for this entire zodiac age at the very least. And it has you at the short end of the stick and confused in your mind. And that's exactly where this person wants to keep you. Because they like playing God. They like playing puppet master. And boy, is the karma going to hit hard. When finally everybody's they learned what they need to and they kind of cut ties from this person. This person can't operate through that lens anymore. So anyways, that's what I have. This was, I just want to encourage you to keep going. It's not a waste of your time. It's very much worth your time. And this is the time here, like the change of the zodiac ages that we are in now, where you can cut ties because certain things are being revealed and it might settle into a new normal as we move into like this new zodiacal age. This is the perfect time to be spending time here, really getting to the bottom of this, figuring out why you do what you do, figuring out these old patterns and cutting ties with them for good. It's the only thing to do if you incarnate during this time period. So yeah, we've got to do some shadow work. Yeah, we've got to unpack some things. But let's do it, and let's do it together. Let's have some fun on Fridays while we do it. So thank you guys for showing up here. Thank you so much for being patrons. Thank you so much for all of the super chats and for people who help support my work, support me on Patreon. We do also have candles for those of you who are interested. If you feel any call to use our candles in any of your cord cutting, that would be a calling. I'm not trying to our guide on the ground. Thank you, Janae. Yeah, so if you feel called to that, we have our candles. Alex can drop the link for you. This is, the summer vacation bundle is all on sale?
Yeah.
Or are all the candles on sale? Okay, this is the last week for the vacation package sale of the Moonlit Beach and the Sunnyside. Those are the scented candles. It's very vacation-y kinds of scents, and it's 25% off. You get one of each, one Moonlit Beach and one of the Sunnyside. At a discounted rate. So if you're interested, this is the last week to do that at a discounted rate. We also do have the Everyday Magic candles that are intention setting kind of candles to connect with your own intentions, and they might be helpful. So Leah says the Moonlit Beach is spectacular. I know, isn't it? So good. We can see you, Catherine. Yeah. All right. What's the Saturday schedule for the rest of the month? Tomorrow we have a Patreon video, the romance reading, and we did how would they describe you to somebody. And then the next Saturday we've got a video reading, and it's the non-romance, and it's good karmas, what blessings are coming in. And then we have a week off, and then we'll move into the next month. Catherine left a donation. Please check. She doesn't see it. Oh, like you left a super chat or you donated through PayPal?
Well, there was an earlier super chat from Catherine, but I don't know if she left another one.
Oh.
Oh, wait. I don't see it anymore. Yeah.
Like in the super chat?
Yeah. That's weird.
Yeah, I don't see it either. It's not in the super chat unless it was in PayPal, but.
That's strange.
Oh, it was in the super chat. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely saw the super chat earlier, but now it's not there. That's weird.
That is weird.
Like I distinctly remember I even hearted Catherine's super chat. So yeah,
Oh.
very odd. What's going on? YouTube being funky.
Okay. We got spiritual work to do. Okay, thank you guys so much. If you felt like the energy was off here, there was definitely somebody trying to mess with us. Alex is like, oh yeah, behind the scenes. And I just try to ignore it, like honestly. They insist on making themselves a nuisance. But just use it to build your own spiritual self. Use it to build your own spiritual boundaries, because when this person has to go on their own timeline, Araceli, thank you so much for the super chat. Then we're not going to have that same practice. So just use it while you can. All right. Bye, everyone. Have a good weekend. Okay. I'm going to get off here too. Thank you so much for hanging out. If you feel like your energy was weird, just know somebody was trying to kind of like get through here. So the energy was rough, but we're all strong together. So true. Bye, George. The slave's like, yeah. All right. Bye, guys.